And we are back with our Dungeons and Dragons Homebrew D&D campaign, Guardians Rebirth. I'm going to quickly just lower my microphone just a little bit because it's a bit in the way. We'll get back into it. So I'm just going to go mute myself so these guys can talk, but you won't hear me.
Right.
Much better. Sorry. I just needed to move it so I could see things.
So he's sitting there waiting, making sure that we're ready, and then as soon as he hits the button, he goes, "Oh no, I'm not ready."
I didn't notice.
So I had to like rush to press the button.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Anyway, we're back with Guardians Rebirth, a homebrew D&D campaign based on isekai and all that fun in other worlds stuff. It has been a month since we took our jaunt into April with Curse of Brad, which went a lot better than last time, as they got stuff done and leveled up a little bit.
I take back what I said at the end of last month. Or the month before.
So, I'm just going to reintroduce everyone as we play. Do I not have the Discord shown? Is it not on this? That's okay, it's probably on the other screen. There we go. I am your humble game master, Skyflourish. With me, playing Hayato Karasori is Tomato Revenge, or Darian.
Hola.
Playing Mayu is Kessa Swift, or Tez. Playing Mei Kiyama is Rebecca, or Lonely Mushtrump.
Yeah.
And playing Kaede Makino is lovely Starcluster Kae, or Kay, or Little Gremlin, who should go to a fucking room.
That's it, I'm pulling another 5-star.
Go for it. Pull your 5-star. Lose all your money.
Never. It's an investment.
It's not an investment, and you know it. It's gambling. Gambling's not an investment.
It's an investment into my winning streak.
But we're back. We are back in the game, and if I'm ready, they're ready. I'm gonna start reading off what happened last time. So.
Yay, my dry spell's over, yay!
Well, we have to cancel now. Can't have that.
I almost had to.
Really?
It work.
She might have actually killed you if she did that.
I literally said like to myself like as it was happening, it's like if I cancel now, Tez is gonna kill me.
No, I'd just be very sad.
Yeah. You can't.
Okay. Previously in Guardians Rebirth, our heroes continued their engagement with the orcs that they had started. Slaying them quickly, the group continued to search the corridors, deciding to press on despite the lack of healing and stamina for a few of them. They eventually found the room that Kaede had discovered while under the potion's effect, and fought the 2 remaining orcs, winning quickly. After investigating the statue present in the room and finding necromantic energy, Mei and Hayato had talked to, which reinvigorated Mei for the next day trekking through the labyrinth. Hayato would also discuss with Mayu that the fact that Kaede is under the influence of a bestow curse spell. Finding the track nearby in a nearby room, the heroes had found another group of adventurers: Mouse, the Githzadrian bard; Pirato, the Kenku fighter; and Samara, the Waffle Ranger. Probably wrote that wrong. Currently scouting the labyrinth for an exit before starting on the quest. They learned the information about the dungeon, such as labyrinth floors, having the capability to teleport those who sleep in dead ends to other labyrinths around the world, and the details regarding the second floor boss, which, in fact, was an ogre that wooded a giant tree escorted by 2 orcs. The orcs were quickly dispatched by the party as the ogre started jumping around and swinging at anyone close by, landing a few hits on Hayato and Mei. After setting it up to be taken down easily, the heroes breathed a sigh of relief as they had beaten the second floor. Climbing down, they entered the teleport pad and made their way into the familiar room of the entrance to the Golden Labyrinth. I'm just going to lower the music a bit more. There we go. But that is that. I'm going to quickly check the notes I have, because I don't think that was the name.
I didn't get my second world notes.
Now I can't find it. Oh, I can. Hang on, I found it. I have written down Samar, Samar.
Oh. That might have.
I also, I said you're right.
Interesting.
Just a good question. Is anyone else noticing any dropouts at all? Like, is AJ sounding a little bit like choppy almost?
I thought that was mainly me because I've been having bad internet recently, so I don't know.
No, I'm hearing it too, and so is Darian.
Oh, that's a lie, because I'm fine to me.
I'm just
I didn't have any
internet's
issues.
having problems because of the overuse at the moment.
My internet's just been crappy recently.
I've been dropping a little bit of frames, but that's usually
Anime.
the same thing with Demi. I'll jump out of call and jump back in.
It should be alright.
It really shouldn't.
What do you need? Oh no, wait.
What?
You can't say the words now.
You can't. You racist?
Forbidden words.
I'll let you know if I hear anything else.
Pineapple on
a bit
pizza.
choppy, but it's so far so good.
I'm just... Yeah, Samar, not Samara. Yeah, I added an extra A. Alright, but the group of you have all re-arrived at the floor, or the entrance of the Golden Labyrinth. A lot of you during my break said, "Oh, it's like a cliffhanger that we left it on." Like, I'm pretty sure I said that you arrived back home safely last time.
No, you specifically cut off beforehand, I think. Just
No,
I was like, how dare you?
I didn't cut off beforehand. You can check the VOD all you want, because I'm pretty sure that I said you arrived, because the entire month I'm like, no, I didn't put a cliffhanger in there.
Yeah, here, like, Darian's been saying to me, like, oh, we might not even show up in the same...
you guys aren't here, I'm gonna check.
I'm pretty sure I was like, are you not gonna say where we are? And you were like, nope. And I was like, come on, man.
Yeah, you actively didn't.
No, I'm pretty sure I did.
It's a 4v1!
I don't care if it's a 4v1, because I know that I didn't. Because I didn't think it was fun. You might have talked over me when I said it and then forgot about it, but I never said
I
it.
will happily say that I'm on the fence on this one because I cannot remember either way. I just remember Darian being like, oh no! So,
But no,
I'm sensitive.
you all,
I was. Okay.
No, go on.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, you all arrive back at the Golden Labyrinth entrance. It's good to be back.
I refute my statement.
You refute your statement?
Just a
Why?
like an instant like breath of
VOD.
relief.
Just made like, oh, thank God, and then just like flop on the ground.
There was a moment that Hyper like steps out into the sun. And it's like the bleary-eye look when he looks around for a moment. And he's just like, "Well, it's been a few days."
It's really nice to see the sky again.
All in favor of doing the next quest, not in the labyrinth? Raise your hand. Hyper raises his hand.
Raises both of her hands.
You hadn't even said raise your hand yet, and she's already like raised her hand.
I'm shocked you're even considering a quest straight away.
I think we should have a little break if that's okay. I feel like a lot of us have probably just been through a lot, and I think it would be good if we just had a little rest.
Hyper just shrugs. He's like, whatever.
I mean, he didn't necessarily say immediately, but just whatever quest it is next, whenever. Not there.
Pretty much. Speaking of quests, though, we have two important things we have to get sorted out.
Money being paid.
Cashing in.
Well,
Pause this
money and being paid is one of them. Money does involve the second one, and that is, well, like he just turns and looks at Kaide.
I'm assuming you're probably talking about either A pulls out like one of the cards, one of the gems forms in a hand, or B pulls out of the card the ogre tooth.
Oh yeah, the tooth.
I was more thinking the other thing.
I got nothing else in my cards.
Do you mean like?
I mean, I got these two. I got these two gems as well.
Like, get us a new armor or something.
Mayu turns to
Yes,
to
actually, that'd be
Haito.
great.
Do you think I should go back to the same place we did it before? Or...
I'm thinking that might be a good idea. They did
Okay.
always specialize in it.
She just
Wait, what
grabs
are you guys
Kaide by the
talking
hand.
about?
It's like, come with me.
Where?
We're just gonna go to that cool little like. Was it like a temple or a church or something?
Yeah, I think it was
Nope, it was the Temple of the Five Heavens.
That's it. We're just gonna go to that pretty temple. I think I'd like to maybe like make a donation, and I think it would be best if we just go there and see if we can. You know, we might have got some yuckies. We don't know yet. We want, like, an
Okay.
ogre.
May like
like,
scramble
I
the
imagine-
scary.
I imagine actually like you're pulling along like by her left like arm, and she like
Easily.
points back, but like to the other two, is like, but aren't those the ones who were hurt from that? I'm perfectly fine.
Do you guys
Like,
want
I
to
mean,
come
I'll
in?
go.
I'm good. I have the quest to turn in. I'll handle that. May, do you want to come with me and turn the quest, or do you want to go with them?
May like gets up, is like as Kaede was like being dragged off. May like scrambled up from the ground and like whispered to Haito, "What is going on?"
He's like, wait. Good, you two head off. I'll me and May will go hand in the quest, and we'll split the money once
But-
we're reconvened.
But is there need for two of us who are perfectly fine to go? And also,
I
if we're
don't
trying
know.
to see if anyone's got stuff hit by something, shouldn't we all go just in case someone
I
else
think
may have
that
been
those guys
affected?
will do it later.
Yes,
I
once
just-
we've gotten paid, we'll head out there as well. We're just thinking, we'll go in two groups. We'll get paid first. You two handle you, and then we'll go after you.
Okay, ciao, bye.
Goodbye.
She's
Uh,
like gone.
Bye.
As soon as
What
they're out of
was that
earshot,
about?
yeah, as soon as we're out of earshot, Haito turns to May and goes, "Oh, Kaide is very cursed."
Wait, what? What do you mean? When?
Do you remember that statue, the painting of like the tower with the glowing eye thing? We were talking to the tower for a bit.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, there was after that she started acting a bit strange. Maya pointed out, and
Hmm.
we did some. I may or may not, I believe I casted identify or something on her while she was sleeping.
Non-consensual touching.
Just trying to remember as well, like the curse made you just kind of act a little like, was it like paranoid or just sort of like scared?
I would say that
up
you
to
were
you.
acting paranoid.
I'm
That's
just
my
gonna-
interpretation.
Yeah, I just trying to remember from like it's been like well over a month at this point. I'm thinking it's like
Yeah.
I feel like you were just like really nervous. Like from what Mayu
I mean-
like saw of you, you just seemed kind of like flighty.
I'll say this
She's on guard.
as well. I'll say this as well as May. Like, oh yeah, like right after that, she was she was a lot more like, "Are you sure we should do this?" And she was like, yeah, seemed a lot more cautious,
Yeah.
especially like because it was right after that where like we had to like pick whether to go one way or the other, and like we just chose to go one way, and Kaede was like, "Shouldn't we like maybe check the other way as well? Like, what if that's not safe?"
Yeah.
Like, and like I had a talk with Kaede like during that to like coax her to be like, "It's all right, we'll go with the others. They've already left. Like
And
we'll
we have.
we'll go that way first, and then we'll see this way." And I'll kind of reiterate that as May to Haito, like, "Oh yeah, that did happen."
Yes, it is. Well, let's go get
Like-
paid, and they'll deal with that.
It's like, do you think she's gonna be all right? Like, what's
Just
wrong with her?
shrugs.
But shouldn't we be going? Why are we going separately then? Shouldn't we go as well to make sure she's all right?
Well, Mayu's going
Why did-
first because if any person's going to be able to convince her, it's going to be Mayu, and we're going to get
Hmm.
paid in case it costs more money than we have to fix her.
Okay. Like, yeah, that makes sense.
You know, I'm honestly surprised Maya went along with this. I did not discuss this with her. I just kind of hope she'd go with the flow.
That's wow. How did Mayu already know?
Mayu and Kaede are close.
Everyone just assumes that I'm like pea brain.
Yeah.
I never did.
Well, it's just like, wait, when did Mayu find out? You said you did the thing. When did Mayu figure it out? I didn't figure it out.
I think
Why
Mayu
am
was
I
the
out of
one-
the loop?
Well, Mayu brought it to my attention. So I think she's the only one who really figured it out. And you were kind of going through a lot, so we didn't really want to put it on you as well.
Okay. So sorry again.
Don't be sorry. We're alive, we're out here, everyone's good, and let's go make some motherfucking dollars.
Alright.
Okay.
The other direction.
As the two of you head into the guild hall, you are once again met up with your guild receptionist, Parga Winterhorn. As you enter, Parga lies like, "Oh, you've been gone for about 4 days. How was your trek?"
Well, we discovered that you can get locked in the labyrinth.
Oh, that is a worry. So that's on the... What floor is that on?
Second.
Okay, and she seems to like grab a document and then starts writing it up, and then she goes to tell like one of the other people behind the desk to go like write on the chalkboard. And you see that they go run off, and there's this large chalkboard that sort of got like a generic like lists of what's currently going on in the labyrinth, and they've just drawn a little lock symbol next to the second floor. That's good to know.
You guys
So
didn't know that one?
yeah, the labyrinth changes, so when stuff like that changes, we make a note of it.
Well, hopefully for other people the timer is a lot longer. I believe we weren't even in there for an hour before the door closed behind us, so good luck to the next group.
That is interesting. It's a good note, and she'd
There
like
is
to...
also there is another group in there as well, or at least one more who we saw.
Yeah, but they said they'd be there for a while anyways.
They're already planning to be in there for a while, so I assumed that they knew that was probably locked.
I don't just shrug.
But-
I wouldn't have... Without telling you their names, I wouldn't be able to tell you how much I know about them.
I can
But
tell you their names if you want.
that's up to you.
Looks to Hyder like, does she need to know their names?
I don't
Should
really
we
know if
tell
it
her?
matters, personally.
I mean, maybe tell her in case they're gone longer than they suspect.
It was like Samar and some other ones.
It was a
group.
Kenku named Pirato, a Kitsune bard named Damask, and a Forged Ranger named Samar.
Oh, well, they're silver rank, so they should be fine going down to a low tier floor like that, regardless of its mechanisms currently in play. They probably plan for that happening on every floor. If I remember, the mission is just to gather a large quantity of resources, so they might not even known that it was a locking floor until you told them.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
they told us
gathering
they were, like,
resources,
She turns.
well, our quest also involved gathering resources, and we've gathered them.
Mm.
Resources being cores. We have cores. Lots of bloody ass cores.
Alright, well, please hand me the group of cores that you wished for hand in for the meeting.
Yeah, and he pulls out the 15 cores, which is one of every core I put in chat here, plus 2 lesser goblin cores.
As she starts counting up the cores and is like, alright then. They are going at a much larger rate than typical, so for the total of these 15 cores, you get this. And she spends a couple of minutes counting and then hands you
$20,000.
a sack containing 400 GP.
Damn.
4 hundos, alrighty.
Sick.
That's 100 GP each.
It is.
For convenience sake, you guys should just add that to your sheets now.
I might do that
Yeah.
right now, thank you.
And then Hyder's gonna be like, and in terms of the cores, she like goes and just pulls out the remaining we have.
Let me just
Would you like
count.
to just take these off our hands at the same time for your own payment?
Yes,
or
we
for
can.
the usual?
We can do that.
Regular selling.
Did I not put a? I'm pretty sure I did. Hello. No,
The
no.
remaining cores are 3 dryads, 1 goblin, 1 lesser goblin, 2 lesser orcs, 3 lesser rats, a mimic. Sorry, 1 wolf core, 3 orc cores, and an ogre core. No, not the ogre core. That's not
The ogre core should have, yeah.
So we've
I
got
just delete 2 of them by
1,
accident.
2, 3, 3, 4, 6, 9, 10. So that's 50 gold from the lesser cause. 15 gold times 3 is 45 gold from the miners, and then another 25
95.
from the orc.
115.
Yep.
That's 115 total.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is 28.75 gold each.
Yeah. Which
I'm
So
just
3 of
gonna
us
do
get
28.
29. Yes. Okay, you have 28, everyone else gets 29.
And for completing the second floor of the labyrinth, she places her hands on your little talismans around your neck, and the color of this like copper, this sort of like copperish color with this green tinge, shifts to iron with a red tinge around it. You have ranked up to iron level adventurers.
yes.
I'm assuming our other 2 compatriots will have to come here and get their own upgrades as well.
Yes, they can just let me know, and then I'll place the enchantment on.
They'll be here later today. They're dealing with a minor curse issue, but they'll be fine.
Gives a nod.
Well, that's all those duties taken care of. Thank you very much, and I think I'm going to go get some rest. In a place that isn't a dark hole.
She
She just like takes a nap in the middle of a field.
just gives a bow, and the 2 of you leave. The other 2, you make your way to the Temple of the Five Heavens.
I want to
As
say, like, as we're moving, like, there'd definitely be a point where, like, Kaede is just constantly trying to ask, like, what is our reason for going here? Like, because I, unless you really want me to, I feel like a passive of 18 of an insight means something just ain't right.
I
Like,
think once we leave the group and we're
Yeah.
like walking towards it, you start being like, what's going on? She'd
Yeah.
just be like, look, you remember when you looked at that statue?
was it the statue or was it the mirror on the wall? I believe both were pretty
No.
bad.
The eyeball, I think it was like an eye.
That was on the
mural.
wall.
Yeah, you remember when you looked at that?
I mean, yeah, it just looked over us.
Did you feel kind of funny afterwards?
Not really. I mean,
Are you sure?
yeah, I'm sure. The only thing I really felt of it was its confirmation that we're just being watched.
I think it might have put a little itty bitty curse on you, but it's not a big deal. We can get rid of it. We just like, and even if there's no curse, then that's even better. Then we can be like, yay, no curse. But we're pretty sure there was a little bit of a curse.
So is that why we split off and you're taking me to this place?
Yeah, I'm gonna get you uncursed.
And was it you that found out, or was it Hayato that found out and told you not to tell me?
It was before the boss fight, and I was a little concerned, and Haito found out.
I mean, how'd he know? Wait,
He's got magic.
no, yeah. Wait, when did he have time to do that?
It was... I don't really remember. It was sort of late.
Magic that usually allows you to determine particular things in a creature requires touch, right? I'm
Yeah, I
pretty
think
sure.
he only just touched his shoulder. Look, I wouldn't have let him do anything cheeky. If he'd done anything cheeky, I would have slapped him in the face.
More
So
so,
you don't
I'm
have
just
to worry about that.
more so I'm just worried that he just decided to do that without telling me.
Yeah, you know Haito well.
Still though, we are part of a party.
We were just a bit concerned because you seemed really stressed out. And I thought, like, if you're cursed, then what happens if you're not supposed to know what the curse is? Like, I probably shouldn't even be telling you this. What if I'm telling you this, maybe something bad will happen and I don't know, we're just really worried. Curse is confusing, this place is confusing.
I mean, I genuinely feel fine. I hope you're just not wasting time and gold. Like,
No, all our have to do is ask them to check. I'm sure it won't cost that much. I don't mind. It's better than like just assuming you don't have one and then you have one and then it becomes worse. Don't be mad.
She like sort of like sighs a bit. Like at this point, she probably just continues walking along. I'm not mad. I wouldn't say I'm mad.
You're just disappointed.
Technically,
Oh.
I mean, if you believe like stuff like this and there is evidence for it, you could at least tell me.
But I don't understand curses. I thought that if I told you, you might take like damage or something. Or you know, maybe like you'd get really stressed out and then you'd run away and we wouldn't be able to find you anymore.
I don't remember that being a kind of curse in the game, at least to my knowledge.
I don't remember the game.
I don't know if I've ever heard of a curse that damages you by speaking about it.
Okay.
That sounds very powerful.
It
If
does.
it was one.
Maybe not in level 2 labyrinth.
Probably not, no. Alright, let's go then.
She just nods.
And she just kind of like moves along every now and then, just sort of takes a look around, just again of the scenery. Just one, happy to be outside of a claustrophobic area, and two, just, you know, being in a more open space, there's more places to kind of go to if something goes wrong. So just having a look around.
As the two of you very quickly, in retrospect, make your way towards the Temple of Five Heavens, you see that seemingly having a smaller line than last time is the head priestess there, Arena. Once again, a human Asimar of Kidian. As you approach, it's just like, "Oh, you have returned. How can I help you this day?"
Hi. We think that maybe Kaide might have gotten cursed. Do you know much about the labyrinth's second level with the spooky glowy eyes and the murals? Because we think it put a curse on her, but I'm not sure.
Not in particular, no. I don't typically venture down. The most to do with the labyrinth I have is adventurers, and they've told me that the place shifts around a lot.
Okay. Do you know whether or not curses go away on their own, or do they need to be fixed?
Depends on the curse. Typically, most of the time, they do need to be fixed of it.
Would we be able to see if we could get it fixed?
Yes, it'll require an 80 gold donation to do
No
so.
worries. She just hands you 80 gold.
Yep. So you place it in like a collection box. She starts casting the remove curse spell. After which her eyes glow this gold and her hair sort of also shimmers in this light, and the energy sort of pours into Kaede. You feel lighter on your mind, as the fear that you're always being watched is still present, but it's not enhanced with the ability that this curse has done so before. You can remove it from your floors.
Gotta love a good indefinite madness on a random table.
Oh, they're fun.
She like sort of leaks through the energy, kind of looks around. Again, kind of looks at her surroundings, but this time just like a bit slowly.
As the magic seemed to have passed through me, it believes that she was under a curse, and if it has been cleared for the most part from what it looks like.
I guess we just won't look at glowy things anymore, just in case.
It
Thank
could
you.
It could just have to do with my mental shielding, maybe not being as good at the moment.
You were just looking at it closer. That's all. Anyway, thank you. And she just like smiles and like goes to leave.
Yeah, as you two exit, or as Mayu exits, if Kaide's gonna stay behind for like a few seconds, you bump
Slide
into
away.
Haito and May as they're about to enter.
Oh hi.
Oh, wait, where's Kaede?
She's just further in. Like, she should just be a little bit behind. I was just gonna go maybe like. You guys don't want to go on another quest anytime soon, do you? We have like a couple of days off.
Hato just hands you a bag of money.
Oh, thanks.
What, isn't
Okay.
Kaito told me, is she better?
Yeah, she's all good now.
Ah, okay, cool.
Yeah, don't worry about that. We got that sorted. Well, I'm just gonna go and maybe like book an inn or something like that. Just a room. How long do you guys think you wanna wait until the next one? Just so I don't book too many days.
Oh, I'm in no rush. Also, I thought we already had rooms. Or were we just
No.
booking an inn then?
We're booking.
I don't think you've slept in an inn yet.
Been in and out, technically.
I
Pay
somewhere.
for some
There was
once.
one night.
I think there's been one night of
First night.
of sleeping. The first night you had no money.
Okay, cool.
First night we had nothing.
Okay, second day then. We've definitely slept in at like a building before.
Yeah, once is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I guess it was just like
You probably the nights you probably didn't book for the nights you probably didn't book a room and you probably slept in the adventurers hall. They probably have like a small area for cots for traveling adventurers that don't have money for living occupations. But yeah, as Mayu wants to go off and find an inn, she can do so. It'll be a golden night.
That's fine.
I'm in no rush. We can like, you know, do stuff for however long we want.
She looks to Haito.
I don't care.
Okay. Well, I'll see you guys later.
Do you have a number of days you'd like to rest?
I don't want to hold everyone back, but like 1-2 days.
Alright. We'll take 2 days, then we'll go find a new quest.
Okay, I'll see you then. She just runs off.
So watch her leave and is like,
Okay.
well, I need to buy more casts of Find Familiar because I don't like the pickles keeps dying.
At this point, I think Kaede would probably start moving out.
Before my me. Oh, she's already left. Darn. We forgot to.
She moved
like,
pretty quick.
like, oh wait, we forgot to tell her about the rank up.
Oh, yes. We'll find her
So-
later.
Yeah, I can go tell Kaede now, but also we should probably tell Parga about the mural thing in there and the statues, shouldn't we?
I'm sure they know, like I said, it changes up all the time. Also, I just thought of this as an idea, and Hyde just like pulls out a
What?
little scrap of paper, just like takes out his, he has a handkerchief, he just pulls it out and then takes some ink and just writes he writes on the handkerchief, go to the guild for rank up, and then summons Pickles, gives it to Pickles, and goes, go catch her.
How fast does Pickles move?
I think Pickles flies like 60 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly BRB, keep up the roleplay. I just need.
Pickles flies at 50 feet. So Pickles would catch you after a couple minutes of flying and just drop the handkerchief, and then fly back.
Yeah, well, I mean, if there's a big painting thing in there, especially if it can curse people, they should probably know. Who knows how long it'll be there for, but they should probably warn people
I have a feeling
who
that
go in there.
I have a feeling that most people are smart enough to look at the cursed thing. It's pretty obvious now that you think about it. If you put your mind to it and you go, oh, giant red glowing-eyed thing. Maybe we shouldn't go poke at that.
I mean, yeah, but in the
It was
heat of the
pretty
moment,
stupid of us to go
we-
poke at it.
what we did in the,
Yes.
you know, maybe like in the heat of the moment, sometimes you're just not thinking. Especially if you don't think about beforehand that it could happen.
Well, feel free. If you would like to go tell them, it's like, I'm assuming you come outside at this point, Kaide.
She kind of like walks past you, like as you're like you notice her. That's when you say that, and she stops. It's like yes.
If you would like to go let them know about the cursed statues / paintings when you go to the guild hall to receive your rank up as well, that would be great.
I mean, I can.
It's up to you. You can also just not tell them. I don't care. But, and he pulls out a little badge. It's like, we have a rank up. New quests and stuff, I assume. Should probably go do that.
Right. Were you planning on not telling me the whole time?
Oh,
Were you planning on not telling me the whole time?
I'm assuming this is about the curse.
Yeah.
do you feel better now?
I don't, to be honest, feel much different.
Well, we were near the end and close to the boss room. I thought it would only add complications to the matter. Also, I don't really, know what's okay with you all sometimes. Mayo approached me because she was concerned, and I had Pickles cast a spell to make sure it was the case. And we thought it's
Also,
probably
Pickles did
safer.
it.
I wasn't going to touch you in your sleep. That's weird.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about for a moment.
No, Pickles did it.
Okay. Doesn't make it better, but doesn't make it worse.
He just shrugs. It's like, well, unfortunately, given the cases of some curses, I did not know if you would stand still long enough for me to be able to cast a spell while you were conscious.
I mean, maybe ask first time? Like, before? Secret? Maybe? Would be
I'll
helpful.
take it into consideration.
Why am I thinking that that's probably the best I'm ever going to get with you?
All he does is the anime Megan A just pushes the eye, the glasses up his nose with the middle finger, just like
Hmm.
or looking slightly away.
Have you handed me my money?
Yes, he's tossed you a bag of money as well.
Okay, cool.
Everyone gets paid.
Yep. Alright. Then I guess I'll go do the adventure guild. Where did Maya go?
I'm going to assume she's going to head to the Adventurers Guild because Pickles gave her a little note to tell her to go there. But then she's just going to go do whatever she wants. I don't really know. She just ran off saying that she wants to have a rest.
Okay.
I'm back.
Place
Sorry
to
about
meet
that.
up afterwards?
If you want to. I'm going to do a bit of shopping, then I'm going to go and find a room, get some good food that isn't rations, and I don't really know after that. Probably just relax for a day. Have a bath. Oh, bath sounds good.
How many inns? There's probably about 3 or 4. It's quite a large city.
Where's the most distant one that people wouldn't go to the most?
There's probably like 2 in the city center, and then a couple towards some of the exits. So if you
I'm
wanted,
gonna go to one of the exit ones.
yep.
And yeah, basically she'll book out 2 days. So the one golden night is with food, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I'll do that then.
One money.
So
AJ, is the shops still out? Is the shop still stock still accurate?
let me have a look. See, oh, it's only been 4 days, so I'll say yeah.
Cool.
It's not.
Decide if I want to throw some money at anything.
Yeah.
What's the shop?
Yeah. Grand Magister's outfitting. Yeah. So we're spending 2 days here, is what I'm gathering. Okay.
Just 2 days of resting, and then we're gonna do something else here.
Okay. What is everyone's plans for the 2? We'll start with Mayu, considering she has gone off on her own.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. You're just gonna rest in your room for 2 days.
She goes to the inn, and that's the last that people see her.
Okay. Hajo, what are you doing?
Come back to me, because I'm looking things up quickly.
All right, May, what are you doing?
Yeah, just also not much. But instead, I'm just not like just resting in an inn. She like goes to like I think you said there was like a park or something or like a field, even if it's on the outside of town.
Yeah,
She
there's
like she just goes out there and just sits with Atsushi and just enjoys nature.
yeah, there's not really a park in the city per se, but there is like farmland and forestry around outside the city that's not too far away that you can
Yeah.
spend your time there. And Kaede?
After basically going to the guild to rank up,
Mhm.
she probably spends the afternoon just handing in a little knickknacks that she's just kind of obtained because she's kind of running a bit low on inventory spots.
Mhm.
Trying to figure out where the best places to go into her knowledge would be for like the gems, and then trying to find someone that may be able to help what with the ogre tooth could do.
Yeah, as you have a think about these things, you probably know that there's a jewelsmith or a jewelry crafter that's probably happy to take that money, those gems off your hand. And I think you went to a blacksmith before about the horn, and he sort of gave you the idea. If you wanted to try a different avenue, you could probably see what like someone who fabricates magical items could do with an ogre tooth, but you think it's
Would
probably
I have
almost
more of a
a
knowledge it'd be
premise.
more like blacksmithy instead of magicy, or
From what you know, it's probably either. It's
Okay,
there's
cool.
not really a thing. It's probably like in the game, you probably went to either, and they handed you an item, and they gave you something else out of it.
I'd inquire to see what I could do for either side before making a decision.
Yeah. So as you head off to, we'll say the jewelers first, get you some money.
Get that out the way.
You just see a gnome, an old gnome man, who you approach with your 3 gemstones.
I come with gems of
he's-
many variety.
He's happy for as typical D&D. He's happy to buy them at half cost.
Yep.
If you want to try and sweeten the deal, you can roll a charisma persuasion check.
You see, I found these gems on the corpse of an ogre. That's more like a story, right? I do not have persuasion. I have a +1. I'm probably just going to like take it at face value. I don't think I am much of a. I just assume that like this is just normal because it's how it kind of acted before. So I don't even think to barter proper.
Yeah, as he hands you the money, you get 915 gold pieces back.
Cool, accountant man, divide that.
You can divide that.
How much? 915?
Yeah.
I was doing different math.
Sorry.
It's 228.75. So 3 people get 229. One person gets 228.
I get 229.
I'll take the 228.
As
There
you go to talk to someone about the ogre tooth, if you go to, you head over to the blacksmith. Sorry, I just need to get my notes. A lot of them.
Was the jeweler had a name? Sorry, I missed
No,
it.
it's just a generic
Just a
generic
yeah.
store man.
With generic gnome man.
As you head to Mir Orbender over at the Constellar Forge with the ogre tooth, he has a look at it and is like, it's not much, but if you had any cause, couldn't try and view it and make a gauntlet of ogre strength. There's probably a collaboration between me and Miss Athenia over at the Grand Magister's outfitting. But other than that, we could just make a weapon, an ogre tooth arrow, an ogre tooth dagger. It's big, but it's not particularly, can't craft much out of it.
No, that's perfectly fine. It's still good to know what they do. I'm still very new to a lot of this, so I'll be not really new to the aspects of it, more so making it, if that makes sense.
Understandable.
And what was the the like ogre arrow do? Like a basic arrow that's consumable does a certain thing.
It'll probably pack a bit more of a wallop.
Okay, cool. I'll probably think about it for now and see where I get to, but of course I'll let you know either way if anything happens.
Good to know. Hope you all had
Do you know what particular cores I may need for the gauntlets?
more ogre cores. Probably at least an additional 2 of flat core or bigger.
So just like a non-minor, okay. Thank you. It's definitely worth knowing. Did minor cores use much at all for material crafting, or?
In terms of crafting, it's usually an exchange rate of 4 cores to the tier above. So to get to use minor cores worth of a flat core would be 4 minor cores to 1 flat core.
Okay, that's actually really good to know. Thank you so much.
Gives a nod.
And then yeah, I'll just sort of browse around a little bit, just see if there's anything that peeks out, but I assume not for general.
At a blacksmith, it's just any weapon
Yeah.
you want.
Yep. And armor's only metal here, right?
No, he works in leather armor as well.
Ooh. Leather, you say?
He does all armors.
I need to remind myself how much leather costs. I know it's not much, but I just don't remember what it cost.
Leather.
Never remember.
Studded leather.
45.
45.
45. I might actually get a commission of studded leather for myself. Probably like reusing parts of my current leather armor if possible, just to reduce a bit of the cost.
As you start requesting, would you like this to be a standard set of leather armor, or would you want me to try and masterwork it?
Would the masterwork require additional costs or cores, or?
It'll be an additional 200 gold on top. It gives the same benefits as an enchanted piece of the same gear, though there is a chance for failure. But with my job skill and blacksmithing as hard it is, having masterwork tier 1 items is hardly ever a problem. Tier 2 is a bit more chance of failure, and tier 3 it does require a lot of effort and therefore requires a lot of money.
I see. What am I gonna use my gold for other than armor? No, I think the amount of times I've been hit, I think I'm actually just gonna go straight for that. Like increasing the masterwork on studded armor. I'm gonna just do that straight up.
Right. Now for masterwork tier 1, this is your first purchase and you are friends, so I'll knock off 100 gold. It'll be 145 gold pieces.
Easily done.
It should be ready within a couple days. So say give me 3 days and then come back.
Yeah, no worries. I think we're taking a break or something, so I'll be around at least somewhere. But thank you.
Gives a nod.
And then I'll head off, and then probably for the rest of the evening, just maybe spend today just resting proper, in a comfy place, comfy food. Maybe try a little bit to look for Mayu, but not really knowing where she is, I'd probably give up quickly, because there's not really a way for us to contact each other, considering we don't have any of our phones or anything like that. And any spells that would require it, she knows it. We're pretty we're not near, at least. So yeah, just resting.
Okay, so you go ahead and rest. We'll jump back to Hayato.
I'm trying to find it because I don't remember the hell it's like. But what
Can
are
I
the
make a
costs?
slight amendment?
No, there you go.
I just wanted to make a slight amendment that in that I do warn or tell Parker about the painting thing, because
As,
if I don't, I will feel bad.
as you mention it to her, she's like, yes, the labyrinth seems to have a lot linked to the demon lord, so it is not uncommon to find statues and items like that within the labyrinth, and being in their presence for a while or directly interacting with them can cause problems upon adventurers.
Okay, cool. Just as long as you know that, because I didn't know if that was common knowledge or not.
She gives a nod.
Cool. Okay, well that's my conscience then, and then she'll go sit in the field.
All right. So I kept finding disagreeing things online. How much gold does it cost to copy a spell into a spell book? Is it 50 gold
50
per level in
GP.
2 hours?
Yeah, 50
I think
GP
it's
plus-
the.
Sounds right.
I think it's the one
that's
in your
the same.
spell casting.
I tried looking through that, but it wouldn't let me open parts of it because I don't have the module fully loaded. Because it determines whether or not what I'm planning to do will cost me most of my money or all of it.
I can grab my player's handbook and check that.
Yeah.
Alright, give me a sec.
I saw online people kept saying 50 gold, but I don't know if that's accurate because I know if it's of your type, it's half the gold and half the
Yes.
time.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I believe it was still 50 per
Oh yeah, I
level,
think
so
I think it's 50 gold per hour.
50 gold and 2 hours per.
I thought it was 50 in one, but you might be right.
It doesn't
I think
matter.
it's 50 and 2.
The time is the less important thing. The gold
Yeah.
is the important thing right now. Okay. This means I'd be as
Alright.
broke. Either way, first thing I'm doing.
Okay, wait. For each level of the spell, the process takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold.
Perfect. Cool.
That's as it's written in the book.
Awesome. So that means I will be spending most of my money here. I'm going to buy from the Grand Magistr's Outfitting, Expeditious Retreat,
Yep.
Vibrant Sap,
Mhm.
and a Potion of Healing, just one of them.
Okay.
And I'm gonna spend 100 gold to buy the resources I will need to copy Expedition Retreat, and Vibrant Sap into my spellbook because they're both first level spells.
Yep.
And I'm buying 3 casts of Find Familiar worth of resources, and that will leave me with a lot less gold. I spent 350 gold.
Indeed.
Somehow. More than me.
And then I will spend the first day copying those 2 spells into my spellbook. And the second day, I will then spend some gold getting a nice bath and relaxing after being a nerd for a day.
Yes, you spend probably an additional gold coin to go into like a bathhouse. You do so, you find it relaxing.
Yeah, and that is, I have 64 gold remaining. Well, no, 62 gold after in state.
Oh yeah, I should take off a gold.
Now I need to add those spells to my spellbook.
As you all have about 2 days off to rest and recuperate. Kaide probably still have 1 more day before your armor is ready. You all decided at least the 3 of you decided to meet up somewhere,
Yeah,
Yes.
I assume like the Adventurers Guild. That's not isn't that normally where we meet up?
I'd be
Maya
popular
was
with,
just
like-
gonna go to the Adventurers Guild, like on the end of the break.
Okay.
I'd probably like pop into the Adventurers Guild at some point throughout the day, maybe not straight away, because like I'd probably do it first day, see no one's there, and then like the second day, like depends what time I go in, maybe someone not be there. Just pop in periodically.
As you pop in, you see that at some point your small group of adventurers are all sitting at a table, waiting for whoever's last to come in.
I'm gonna say Myers last to come in.
Did you have a good day off?
Yeah, I did. It was really fun. I mean, yeah. What did you guys get up to?
I wrote into a book. I had a bath.
Spent some
That sounds
spent some
nice.
time outside, enjoying the sun.
Not much on my end.
listening
I
to
mean,
birds.
I spent like one day outside of the walls. It's just going a little bit out just to see what the area is like, if it brings back memories of how it was.
It's really pretty out there.
It's still very weird looking out onto the horizon, seeing something completely different. Looking up to the sky, seeing stars that aren't your own. It's
I
bizarre.
think it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's
Sounds like you guys
interesting.
had a good time.
I didn't
What's
do
the
much.
plan?
Well, the plan was make more money. At least that's my plan. So we need to do more quests because I think we need to get them stronger, and the best way to do that is to do quests.
Would you mind putting that plan on hold for another day? I have armor that's been masterworked.
How dare you? Of course.
Oh man, you could afford that.
I mean, yeah, she like, because this is probably the first time she actually like sees you, hands over the distributes bit that everyone needs. And I'm assuming
Why?
like, I'm assuming Hightower looked for me out beforehand, so he has
Yes.
his.
Yes, I couldn't afford it. I couldn't
Yeah,
afford
I know,
partnership with
I
it.
know, like that's
Uh,
why.
I just like, well, that's good for you. I can't afford to master anything because being a wizard is expensive.
Oh, I honestly know that much. I have seen many people complain about how much it costs to make spells, which is why I'm very happy that my main cost is going to be on protection.
Oh, does anyone need money? I have money. I'm not really using all this money.
It's fine. I'm as stocked as I need to be. And it's good you always think about protection, Kaide. It'd be nice for that to work out for you one of these days.
Awkwardly looks between them, like holding the money bag, like.
Remember
I just
next
reaches
time that
out
there
and just like
is.
pushes the money bag down.
Can
Remember
I
next time
inside
there
that if
is-
that was like him trying to be like genuine or if he was trying to be an asshole?
Both.
Feel free. I'm gonna roll deception purely because I'm a duke. Natural 20. Doesn't matter. It's a bit of both. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a case of, hey, dying isn't cool, but also it's funny to make fun of you, so I'm doing it.
It's like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
moment for Kaede. It's like she like raises her hand to like hit you, but then she kind of like half hesitates, like knowing that you have that little bit of like this is kind of but also making fun of you in a way. And I'm just like put my hand
For
down.
Hightower, it's fairly caring.
Yeah, but I put my hand down and I just sort of say like afterwards, well, I guess next gem we see, I just won't give it to your magic funds.
Doesn't really matter, honestly. I guess next quest I turn in, maybe you don't get your share.
Oh, come on, guys.
Oh, it's okay. It's so hard to keep track of all these cores, Kaide. I guess maybe one of them slips through and I forget to sell it.
I mean, I can hold the bag for you. I can count pretty much.
I'm okay.
You sure?
We
You
should
don't
do
need
so
all
much
that
quests
extra
in
bag
there.
space for your wizard spells?
Not really. This
No?
pouch holds everything I need. He's like opens the component pouch.
Oh,
So
but those
much
cores seem
sass.
heavy.
So much sass.
None of this weighs anything. It's very strange, honestly.
Anyway, I'm feeling refreshed. Quests? Anyone? Quests? Maybe
I
not
think- I
labyrinth
think-
ones, you know?
We should at least look at the quest. If Kaide needs an extra day, we can wait till tomorrow to leave. But let's at least see what's on the table today.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Okay.
As you
Yeah, we can take one now. We don't have to do it right away.
Hey,
We don't have to leave as soon as we accept it.
As you approach the metal tier quest board, you see that there are 3 new quests on it. Whoever wants to read them can.
Yo, these metal tier quests on this board that I had open for like half the game so far. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
I just saw it in the notes because I was adding notes to my notes. Surprisingly,
Cheating.
I know it is
Oh.
cheating. Well, over here there seems to be a retrieval quest. Potion Master needs some ingredients. Potion Master Finia requires herbs to be gathered from the forest in the town of Zapad? Zapad or Zapad?
Zapad.
Zapad. Zapad.
Well, the first pronunciation is Zapad. Two consonants.
Okay, cool. If you want to be fancy, use the silent R. Gold rewards in by the amount of herbs and the types as similar to the cores, I guess. Additional reward of healing potion per person. Though it must be done by the end of this week. How much time would that be?
It'll be a 7-day cycle from
Okay.
the request taken.
As soon as you take it off the board, a timer starts ticking on the quest. Like the piece of paper has a timer.
Or when you
I
talk
mean,
to
that's how it
the
works in the game.
or when you talk to the quest board person to see at your quest time, she marks a note of when it should be finished. But that too.
I like the timer better.
I like the thought that like just always in our peripheral in the top right hand corner is a timer just ticking down.
This is the timer, which is how long you've been logged on for. Yeah, I point out that one. If anyone points out the other ones.
Well, this third one here is kind of interesting.
I don't. Yeah, I was in
What
the middle of reading the third one.
Yes, it just seems something's gone missing. There's an item that's currently disappeared, and they just want, if someone finds it, to return it for a nice 2,000 gold payout.
That's a whole lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
I'm feeling it's an important item.
What's the item called?
The Mountain Carver Katana.
Ooh.
Any of that ring any bell? Like I'm assuming.
Sounds like a cool samurai.
Roll a history check.
Yeah, I may as well ask because I'm gonna, but I assume most of it's gonna be a probably not. That's a no. Why?
Yeah, I can...
Why?
Yeah, and I'll try, but I'm not like either the sword or the name. But I don't imagine the name because
This is
again,
half of your
100 years.
character purpose. Why did you roll a 1?
The only thing of note that pops out for Yume is Jakun is part of the Eastern continent.
Wait, sorry?
The only thing that pops out in that entire page is the word Jakun being related to the Eastern continent. The Eastern country. My bad.
Okay, well, she'll point that out. And yes, be like, so he was going from all, an entire country over to here. And somewhere along there he got lost? Maybe once we hand it in, they'll tell us, where he was last seen, or, if there's a certain area they think he went missing. But that's a lot of ground to cover, if they don't know.
Also, it's not something we have to take, it's just something we can keep an eye out while we're traveling. But of
Yeah.
course, we've been skirting around this priority quest right here.
Yeah.
As you notice, as you have a look, that says there's a priority quest and it's labeled for your group. You don't really have a name, but your 4 names are there, written there.
That's what that means.
Well,
Okay.
I was gonna say, because it says Felden Farms. Because...
Right.
Is that a typo? Because I have it written as Felon. As in, everything but the D.
It was Felden.
It was Felden? Okay, so I have it wrong. That's fine. But so this is the guy that we helped last time find the necklace thing where Kay almost died.
Actually, no, it's my typo. You are correct.
Okay.
Felon. It's on my notes. It says Felon.
Yeah, Felin.
Though I could be wrong at a later date. Who cares?
I feel like
From
this
now
is
on.
something that we should personally look into, because as it does say our names, this is kind of like building a reputation. I feel like that reputation will pay off tenfold than the gold.
Yeah, and plus, if it's just for us, we're the only ones that can, we're the only ones to take it. Technically someone else could take the other quest, but no one else is gonna take this one. Except us.
As much as I enjoy picking flowers, We just did a retrieval quest before, so this one seems like maybe a bit of a nice fresh experience.
Potentially save some people rather than go kill some things.
I have no
Okay.
sort of objection to any of it.
I mean, the retrieval one could be nice and chill.
I'm going for the personally. I think the investigation is the way we should go.
No, I do also think that. But just, I don't know, no need to get down on retrieval quests. It could be fun. Do the priority one for us first.
Well, I think this is definitely. I'm not going to say no to this one. Though, Kaede, if we take this and it ends up being a bit urgent, I feel like we might have to wait till you get back to collect your armor.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think it's a good idea to go about it.
Just shrugs. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to give it a night.
Well, I mean, Lord Felon is here near Starhome, isn't he? We could talk to him, talk to him today, and then head out
Leave in
tomorrow.
the morning, yes. Also,
Yeah,
we
exactly.
could always say
Have to always
additional
have to.
cost. It's the additional cost depending on actions and reports. We could always try to barter for a little extra gold to expedite the process of your armor, Kaede.
I was just planning on going down there if we had to. And doing that cost myself, if needed.
Well, if no one objects, and like Kaide's like reaches forward to take it slowly, like looks at everyone like, no, no one's
And
interrupted him.
Just shrug.
Yeah, May gives like the nod, like, yeah, go for it.
He is off the board.
Yes, you go hand it to Parker. It's like, oh, good, you found it. If you had a look and then left, I would have replaced it with anyone that could pick it up then. The mission was a priority to your group, but that doesn't mean it's reserved for you,
Damn.
as was stated before.
May like awkwardly looks away and just like tries to hide.
But yes, Lord Felon, not the one you talked to, but his father, requires someone to look into some of his farms near Harfield. I've only been told to set up a meeting with him once the mission has been picked. It will take probably about a day for him to arrive, just to send a message out for him to gather here. So feel free to come back tomorrow. I'll probably say before noon, and you can establish what the mission is with him.
I just turns and smiles at Kaede. He's like, well, that suits very convenient. We were not able to leave until tomorrow anyway.
So that means I don't have to spend any gold, but I mean, that's a win for me.
She gives a nod. Oh, that, and she starts marking it off. And she reaches over to Mayu and grabs her necklace, and at this point ranks Mayu up.
Oh, thank you.
You haven't done that yet? Did you get the note? I just sent her a note.
Hachi looks at you dead in the eyes, knowing you're lying.
Inside.
Like,
No,
it's just
no.
like he looks at you, the one eyebrow slowly raises.
I forgot.
That sounds more believable.
Okay, well, thank you, Paga. We'll
alright.
definitely be taking this quest, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Have a good night, good day, and you all leave. As you do, you can see that the head of the guild seems to be in like this bar section that's sort of like a cafeteria and a bar, and seems to be talking to a bunch of a bunch of adventurers. Notices you, gives you all a wave, and then goes back to a conversation.
I feel like in the
Just a random
reputational,
person?
it's the head of the guild.
Oh, sorry, her. Right. I'll wave back.
Yeah, Hachi does the nod. he's too cool to wave. He's like, I think reputation will be, as I said earlier, even more valuable than the gold we'd make from quests like these.
Yeah.
Especially if we're to do something ridiculous as kill Demon King one day. I don't think we'll be doing it without making friends along the way.
Yes. Yes, we
Yeah,
should.
that's lots
You're
of
really
friends.
sounding like a very upbeat story right now.
We should make some friends
Yippee.
Yeah.
outside of us.
Well, on that note, I'm going to... He like, looks up at the sky, realizes it's not noon yet. I'm going to wait a few hours, and then I'm going to get a drink.
You gonna make some friends?
Why shouldn't we mingle with the other adventurers?
I'm not saying we shouldn't. I'm saying it's a
Exactly.
good idea, like you said.
So I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to mingle. And that's what Haito does. He just goes, gets some food, and just hangs out at the Adventurers Guild, just chatting
I'm
to the
very
different guilds
curious
and
to see how Haito mingles.
With
Sorry,
alcohol.
May attempts to join in. Like she follows him and like does what she does, but she's like not as doesn't know how to actually mingle.
Mayu tries to support.
She's just like standing there with a drink, like waiting
Mayu
for Kaito to start a conversation.
Mayu does not drink anything alcoholic. though. Like she just has like fruit juice or something.
Hato literally talks to everyone there who isn't discussing like plans. Like if he thinks that if he looks at a group of adventurers and it looks like they're discussing like plans for a trip or something, or like a quest or like strategizing, he leaves them to their thing. He's not going to interrupt that. But anyone else, at some point he walks up, he's like, "Oh, rough day's work, eh?" It's like,
Oh.
There he is.
I
places
know
a
it.
drink down in front of himself and he's saying,
That's what I wanted to see.
You just said disgusting groups
Oh,
of
oh.
adventurers. I was like, wow.
What group? Like Quest on Tour?
"Yeah, they're
Wow.
Uh,
Throw down.
As you start talking to people, some of note for you, Haito, is Valtara Val. Urin seems to be a black-skinned tiefling, probably about an average height, and she seems to be wearing a large red. She seems to be wearing red robes and a large floppy witch's hat, and she's talking about how in her group currently, just they've also had a rough time in the labyrinth, being also iron ranked and relatively leveling up around the same time as you, probably a little bit early, a couple of days. She introduces you, to her, and sorry, I'm going through a list. And her partner Lorelei seems to be a centaur, but instead of horse features, it seems to be more deer-like, almost like a doe centaur. It seemed to be the two of them plus a couple of other people they're not here for the evening. They all leveled up recently. You gather that Val is a sorcerer and Lorelei is a druid.
Well, since they've all loaded up, Haito does the ultimate making friends gesture by buying them a round of drinks in celebration of both their levels and ours.
Yeah, they appreciate it and they drink with you.
I'm just gonna knock off 5 gold for him doing this probably multiple times, buying people drinks.
Do you
Let's get
ever
one of
try
those
to
drinks.
offer any of the party a drink?
Oh, he's buying drinks for the people for our group as well, if they're interested.
She
She's not gonna take
always
them.
turns down alcohol. Even if the first time you offer, she's just like, juice, please.
Of course I partake, but I sneakily partake, where the drinks are there and all of a sudden one's in my hand and not in front of someone else. Like Haito.
Can I have the 3 people who aren't Haito roll a perception check for me?
Perception?
Yes.
Damn, what about insight though?
Man.
Oh my, good rolls today. We're on a great
Even though
start.
it doesn't matter, I'm gonna roll one too.
You can, feel a part of the
Just to
group.
see what would have happened. I got really good.
Yeah, now look at that. You wasted
Me.
that. You idiot.
The only one I notice seems to be Mayu. You see, almost like not duplicate, but very similar, very small, like small in stature, like Kaede, sitting at a table, probably the end of the bar opposite to yours, wearing similar dark hoods and clothing like Kaede's,
Just like me?
staring at your group.
My long lost
And even when you like notice, she doesn't stop.
I'll just go up to her.
It's my long lost twin.
Hi, my name's Mayu. What's yours?
Let me quickly make sure I wrote this down because I think I did.
I hope you do.
I'm gonna guess Shadow, or...
Do you want me to name it for you? I can name it.
It's good to talk to you, doll. My name's Trix. I'm an information broker here at the guild. Just haven't noticed your group as much, but you've ranked up rather quickly.
Yeah, we kind of knew around here, so yeah. Nice to meet you, Trix.
She
Do you want to come hang out with our group, or?
It's always good to know new people. She takes off her hood. You see, with a shaved like in a mohawk is this 4-foot fairy. Her mohawk, her blonde hair in a mohawk that sort of sweeps to cover one of her eyes, and the other is got a scar and an eye patch. She seems to be wearing black armor, and she doesn't walk, of course. She sort of flies like Kaede, hovering the ground, but she's got these 4 very small black wings.
I half walk every now and then.
Mayu doesn't show any like surprise to like scar or eye patch or anything like that. She's just like inviting her to like partake in drinking with them and like being in the little group that Haito's made.
Trix just talks with the group. You tell that when she's drinking, she doesn't. You can tell because you're not drunk. But the others, they're not drunk either, but they are drinking. You notice that she's not drinking like you, Mayu, but not in the sense of, because the drink that she's got is alcoholic, but she's drinking slowly, deliberately, trying to gather as much information as the group as she can. She seems to be the one that like asks a lot of questions, and when you ask her questions back, she does answer back, though. She usually tries and gets the thing off, but since you're a bit sober than the rest, you sort of double back on some of the questions which she answers, which you can't tell if they're lies or misleading in any way. But she's very much into learning about you guys, not trying to give her much information about her.
Yeah, we came from this place. It's pretty far away from here.
Mayu's very much a person who doesn't really talk about herself all that much. She tends to like push questions more towards the other people, like to make the conversation about them more. So like she doesn't mind if like it's surface level questions, like, but if she'll just answer like stupid things, or she'll go on a tangent about stuff that doesn't really matter. But
None of these questions from Trix seem to be much more than where you're from, how long have you been in the city, how you enjoying the labyrinth, etc. But it's nothing like, tell me all about your hopes and dreams in the future. It's very much the same sort of. She's trying to get information that's useful, and she's not seeming to be malicious about it. She's not after like, oh, so your friend there, Hydra, what's he scared of? It's more like, how's he to deal with as a person?
What are the 3 digits on the back of your card?
What skills does he possess?
I feel like Hyde would be the most annoying person for her right now, because he's also here to get information and make friends. And so anytime she asks a question that he doesn't feel like answering directly, his response is normally, "Why don't you ask one of my friends?" And like to Mayu or Mei or Kaede, because he knows they know nothing about him as well, so it doesn't matter.
so she just start talking about cats. If it went on to like where did you guys come from? Like, she'd probably tell like half truths. It was like, oh, we like accidentally went through this portal thing. It was this weird magic-y stuff, and we ended up here, and we come from like really far away, not really sure, like this is it's just like it's really strange. And then like, yeah, I was like supposed to go to this place and like and look after these cats because I look after cats, and then it'd just be like a whole freaking tangent of that.
If anyone's going to interact with Trix, roll a insight check for me.
I'd probably be bi, but I doubt I'd add on. If there are conversations about where we came from, I wouldn't really add on to it, knowing that it's too difficult to explain, and B, like it's sort of. I don't know if that's something we really should be saying, like, but the rest of the conversations I would like reply as much as I could using base knowledge that I have of the game as like a reference. What is my roles
yeah,
today?
I'll like engage with her if she like talks to me directly.
Yeah, she
And
talks to
like
everyone.
when May's talking about the portal, like, May's just watching like with concern, like, should you?
You're not gonna talk about Earth, are you?
Should you imply that our arrival here is weird, and like technically it could just be like a regular teleport or a dimension door, or just like a different like
We
plane.
paid someone for.
Like, you're kind of pushing it here. Should you really be saying we accidentally stumbled here through a portal?
No, we paid for a teleportation circle. Just don't stay where.
Maybe we accidentally walked into the teleportation circle. I don't know.
My
if
rolls today are Garbo.
If,
I did-
trick. Oh, you go first.
I was just gonna say, like, my low insight is probably at this point, like, after a while of the group, like, being amongst all these other adventurers and tricks and everything, there's a point where Mayu sort of starts to, like, we have a lot of high insight people here. Mayu starts to sort of, like, close up a little bit. Like, not so much, like, shut down, she just sort of, she pulls away from the conversation a bit and just sort of, like, moves to the side and drinks a drink sort of like quietly by herself. She doesn't look like sad or anything like that. She just looks kind of like
That's social battery.
she's just like wallflowering at the moment.
So,
Yeah.
for me,
Okay.
go on.
I was just gonna say, if Trix does like ask me questions, May, like she'll kind of answer them, but like she like kind of dances around the question and like downplays whatever she's being asked. Like from like way from is like, oh, nowhere special, far away, but like that doesn't really matter.
Alright, as you look, Haito and May, with your rolls, there's a couple things you notice. First, when Mai is bringing up the portal, she knows you're lying. And more of...
We did kind of stumble into a portal.
You didn't, though. You got there was no portal involved.
She doesn't
Yeah,
know
what-
that. I didn't say a portal. I thought it was a portal.
Did you?
Did you?
Yeah,
I don't know what...
Something, like, just grabbed me in a
I thought we just kind of like blinked here. Like I
Yeah, you sort of-
as, like just like a bright light that like
Yeah.
you know
maybe.
blinds everything, and then when the light disappears, we were here.
We didn't even get
Maybe.
hit by truck kun.
You what?
It was a light portal.
Light
And it
portal.
blinded us with the portal of lightness.
A light
Or
portal.
it was behind me.
She's not wrong though.
It was half truths.
Anyway, she knows you don't know and or telling the truth. Or telling a lie. I'm pointing that out.
Or hiding some of the truth and dancing
He
around
knows
it.
that what you're saying and is understanding that
It's
there is
fucked.
context there. But that's
Damn
it.
it, I am trying to play a little bit more dumb than I actually am.
She knows that that you guys aren't really telling the truth, and if you're dancing around questions, that you're dancing around questions, and then she knows that you know that she knows. Her insight tells her that you know that she knows that you're not telling the truth.
Jesus Christ, this is like tangled.
He knows
But
that she knows that he knows that they know.
but she doesn't seem to play any of it like she's not trying to like she's not dismissive. She doesn't seem like oh, I'm not getting what I want here. She seems to be like just letting those things pass her by, and whoever
Like,
she's
and she's not like pressing them either. Like when we're
No.
dancing around it, she's not like doesn't like try to ask for more information or get more specific.
not.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know that she understands that you guys aren't telling her everything that you can, and that she knows that you guys have been tipped off on that.
That
Um,
makes it seem a lot less complicated saying it like that.
I mean, I looked to the rest of the group to like once I figured this out, I like looked to the rest of them to see if anyone else has figured it out.
Maya is like just looking into her
I don't
drink
know.
at that point.
I'm
Yeah, you
assuming
can
a
tell
first
that
thing gets me
Hydro's-
nowhere.
Also, you can tell that
Yeah.
Hydro also understands and is basically just playing along with it and being like is making it into a game at this point. 'Cause he
Okay,
knows
maybe.
that- It's like he knows that she knows, so he's just going along with it because it's like at this point it's just a little game.
I probably can't tell with Kaede, but Kaede doesn't really say much anyway in this conversation. Like, so it's not really like she's participating much, nor is like, is she understanding what's really happening?
At which point, towards the end of this drinking part, as you're all looking like you're gonna head off, Trix is like, well, I know that you all have some things you're not willing to tell me, and that's fine. But if you do need some information about anything while you're here, come find Trix. I'm usually in the guild somewhere. And she sort of like hands you a parchment, Kaede, and hands you and writes something in like thieves' cant, just like symbols.
Okay.
And it's just like, if you find these, it's a place where I tend to frequent, and can be found here. They don't mean anything. It just seems to be this like symbology of this is like her mark. If these symbols are on the walls, that's where she is.
My brain's understanding how this works.
And then once you like sort of read it, memorize it, she then just burns it.
Oh, okay.
Roughly, Trix, you sort of described her, but like, how old would she be?
Much like all Fae, you can't tell.
Okay, so it's kind of like just a bit like you just wouldn't even know.
She doesn't look elderly for a fairy, though you don't know what that is. But again, Fae have this general contempt for aging and don't really show it until they're about to die.
Yeah.
That is how I feel. I have a contempt for aging. Anywho,
Like, I imagine Kaede looks younger compared to this person, because she just is on the younger side in general
Yeah.
as a Fae years.
It's like looking at Kaede, who's probably around 16 years old, to her being around like 21. Like it's not that much of a difference, especially
Just
when
like
it
a
comes to
slightly
Fae.
different haircut. Like,
Yeah.
and I keyword being slightly, because I still also have a bit of a shaved on her left side as well.
do you make eye contact with Mayu at any point as we're like sort of leaving after you've gotten that note?
I imagine like she's constantly just like looking back and forth between conversating and those non-conversating, because again she just hasn't participated that much.
So, like, for the most part, like, she's been sitting in that corner. But, like, when she sees you get that note, not seeing what's written on it, the next time you look over at her, she's, like, looking at you, smiles and winks. Gives a small thumbs up.
Is that weird?
Yes.
Do you think that she gave her a number?
I don't know,
Okay.
maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I
We don't really have numbers here, but maybe she gave her her address.
well, if we took the
Just
backpack, we
maybe.
might have had a phone.
It's a bit cheeky, but you know. Maybe
Too late
she
to
asked
exchange
her
these
on a
daggers
date.
for a phone.
I have a feeling that Trix doesn't seem like the kind to go on dates.
I don't know. Yeah, you should never judge a book by their
They're playing this
cover.
right in front of us, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right in front of you, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just that kind of thing where it's
Anyway.
like fingers to like the bridge of the nose, like near the eyes, just like, aye.
Can I just ask what was on the
Yeah.
note?
A riddle. of
Can us
sorts.
that? It's private.
Was it, DTF?
What's DTF?
ASL?
What's ASL?
May and Haito, I'm gonna ask you this because the answer from Maya is probably not. How many tunes would you guys have? Would you have a tune in separate classes?
Haito?
I mean, what?
He he actively told them that he multi-boxed and botted with multiple accounts. So yeah.
Yeah.
This is my main is this. My backup was a paladin.
Oh, wait,
Word
what?
account.
Toon.
question?
Sorry, I asked if you had other characters. I'm not sure if you're aware of the nomenclature of toons, but sorry.
I
No,
actually don't know much
Yeah,
about it.
I have not heard that before. I was guessing you meant other characters after Kaede sort of thing. I think she probably does have another character, and like at least one, maybe two for to explore different options
I like
of
to call
picking
them
different
alts.
paths or like exploring different dialogue options to see
Mhm.
how varied things can get, of how much things branch.
I'm going to assume that Haito's got one for each of the starting classes. I'm just going to ask May, did you pick Rogue at all in any of them? Would you have picked Rogue?
What's that? Hang on.
Rogue leads to Bard, Pedal Knight, two others. I can't
Maybe
remember.
it's the four to start off with, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's cleric, rogue, fighter, wizards.
Yes.
And
Yeah, I
Rogue
think
goes
she
into Ranger, Monk, Bard, Pedal Knight. So if any of those
What does
sound
fighter go
interesting.
into?
Fighter goes into Barbarian, Blood Hunter, Paladin, and Sword Saint.
Yeah, no, that is interesting. Yeah, she probably has one in wizard and one in rogue to probably to go down pedal knight, because that does sound interesting.
Okay, yeah. So you and Haito probably played the level rogues, understand there is Thieves' Cant, so you can probably you probably won't come to the conclusion immediately, but Haito probably would, considering just his character. He would probably understand this. Something in Thieves' Cant. I don't need to know.
It
Or
feels weird to read the Thieves' Cant, mentally understand it, but as an actual person, have no clue what's happening until my brain tells me what's happening.
yeah, you probably realize it's probably just a secret note that those fucking rogues do all the time.
Yeah, bro.
It's probably like a thing on the thing where a bunch of the mailing system in the game is a bunch of rogues sending shit on public forums, but it's all written in the Thieves' Cant, so no one understands what the fuck they're talking about, except other rogues.
An optional language whenever they were typing things, they could tick a box that said Thieves' Cant, and if you didn't have the Thieves' Cant proficiency, then it would just be jumbles of letters and numbers.
Above your head as you're walking around the world like RuneScape.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's I'm imagining as a chat system similar to what we have here, where you can pick what language you're typing into.
Yeah.
And if other people don't have that language on their sheet, it just looks like a jumbled mess.
It's Simglish.
Yeah. It's just, I'm not gonna say you know what. I'm not just gonna say you know. I'm just gonna say that I'm not gonna say that you do know. I'm saying that the two of you probably have the highest chance of understanding. It's probably something secret that rogues do.
Maya has no clue.
I mean, well,
I say Maya wouldn't know is because I know that this is Maya's first character. Maya is playing cleric, so I assume that she wouldn't know.
You think Maya would play a rogue? No, she just played cleric 7 times. Anything?
I'm just reverse healing these people.
I can't remember what the starting classes all were, but there would have been a point, she would have seen Pedal Knight in the thing and been like, here's the flowers, they're flowers, I want it.
But then you saw Rogue with attached to it and you're like, hey, not.
Because Pedal Knight goes off cleric as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that too.
But I'm laying the backbone that you can assume these things.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, because even if it is regardless of whether I think it's a secret message or not, or if I do think it's a secret message, I still want to ask what it is. Is it something the rest of the party needs to know?
And I said it was a riddle.
Yeah, she replied with "It's a riddle," which you could mean, "Oh, that's probably Thieves' Cant."
It's a love letter. But
These things come in riddles.
This is the best day ever.
could you read it? Is it a riddle the Sphinx ask?
Well, I did read it, and then it went up in flames.
What did it say?
It's hard to explain the exact thing it means, because it's like trying to explain something that your brain knows, but you also don't know yourself.
Haito's leaving at this point, because we're already on our way out.
Mm.
He's leaving at this point, because his conversation has gone in a circle and a half.
Yep.
And as he's walking away, she's like, "It's hard to explain," and he's just like loud enough that Kaede can hear it, but trying to avoid Mayu hearing it. He just says like, "Meet me behind the bar for a quick fuck." Where it's like, what does it say?
Now, what do I have to do? A perception to be able to hear that?
100% perception.
Yeah, perception.
That's only a 10.
Should
I
roll
heard you
this-
whisper something, but I didn't hear you whisper.
I mean, you
the
did
whole
learn
thing.
enough Kaede, but not Mayu.
Yeah,
Where is May in that?
roll
You were
a
talking to
roll a
Kaede
charisma
directly,
check,
so I don't
I
really-
guess.
Yeah.
Or what?
Mahito should just roll a charisma check, I guess, because there's no, you can't dex.
Damn it.
If you had a
Can't deck speech.
if you had a stealth, if you have a proficiency in stealth, you can add it.
So you said I could make a charisma stealth check? Hell yeah.
I guess.
I don't.
I guess is the best way to determine that. Yeah. Ma, you catch the F word.
She's like, she's just like walks out.
She's just walking past, like that's clearly what
It-
the note said. DTS.
It's the English F word as well.
It used to just like outside, like she catches you and she's like, that was naughty.
So was that note? He keeps walking.
I'm sure it wasn't that naughty. You know what? That's fine. I don't need to think about this. Okay.
Since you're getting since Mayu's getting flustered as they're walking, when they're a little way from the inn, Kaito, without even looking over, is just like, "Have you ever seen Kaito naked?"
No.
Just to make Mayu uncomfortable.
Why?
No.
Yeah.
Onsens do exist.
She's like way more like easily frazzled than she usually is. Like normally, like she would like brush that off and just be like, "No, but do you want to?" So, but she's like not quite like she hasn't gotten the bearings.
Yeah. He's just taking advantage of the situation to keep you off balance as he keeps saying shit like that to like kind of get a rise out of you in a playful way.
She's not angry about it. She's just like completely off balance. Like she's just like a beet red, just awkward.
And as soon as Kaede and May catch up and they're within each other, immediately he just like switches to like regular conversation. Like, so I think in the morning we're going to have to head out, as if nothing happened.
Alright, once we catch up, are we like, is it like away from people now? Like relatively secluded area where there's not like
I
many people
assume.
around?
Yeah, I assume this is probably a little bit later in the evening. People who are not out drinking are probably at home.
Okay, in like somewhat hushed tones, like in case of there of like anyone like walking past, you like kind of like I'm just trying to work out if she would actually hit Mayu. Probably not. But she goes to Mayu like, "Hey, why did you tell her we came through a portal?"
I'm sorry. I don't like lying. I'm not very good at it.
You could have said we're from far away. Just
Yeah, but what happens if she'd said where? I don't know where anything is on this place.
If they say where, you say nowhere interesting.
yes.
Yeah, but that just seems kind of rude. I just thought
Someone
if
like
we do
that,
the
that-
portal thing and then just talk
Across
about
the
the
sea.
kitties. It doesn't matter. I'm sure she won't be like. She's not. What is she gonna? What is she gonna?
It's not
do
like
anyway?
someone like
Yeah.
that would probably have believed anything said otherwise anyway.
Do you think that we would go to jail if they found out we're from another planet?
I mean,
No?
I don't know if it's a big deal or not.
Do you think they'd lock us
Uh,
up?
Maybe.
I mean, like playing like there is the idea of different dimensions here. You know, like the elemental planes and the Feywild and whatnot.
Do
but,
they lock up
like,
people from the
Earth-
Feywild?
Different. I don't
I feel like
think
Kaide
so.
would be in jail if that was the case.
Oh boy, I
Actually,
have not had
what?
enough sleep for this.
I mean, it's
Well-
one they haven't, presumably they haven't heard of before. I know people have come here before, but we don't know if they were secretive about it.
Also, just going to say, if this whole god of 5 gods, whatever thing brought us here, then I'm going to assume there are others who could figure out that kind of thing happened. And I'm going to assume someone as powerful as a demon king or whatever, demon lord, probably has people in cities like this eye out for strange outlanders who don't really fit in.
Especially if maybe the last time or one of the times people came here, they defeated him.
Oh, you
Like,
guys
what
think
if we're seen as a threat?
they could think that we're working for No!
No, not that
No,
we're working
no,
for him.
no,
What
no,
if he-
no.
what if he finds out that we're here and that we're here to destroy him?
Oh.
He's not going to want that.
Most people
He's
tend to
going-
not want to die.
No, if he finds out that we were sent here for a mission from God, he is going to try and destroy us before we get powerful enough to kill him.
Oh boy. Yeah, no,
And
I
she
didn't
was
get enough sleep
really
for this.
trying to get information out of us.
I don't think it's anything malicious. You probably don't have anything to worry about. An info broker does their best to gather as much as they need to sell to whoever they need to, but usually who they sell to is of their benefit. She seems to hang out around the Adventurers Guild, so she must be at least known. I doubt she
Essentially,
would do
but
something
a safe bet is
drastic.
always to assume that everyone is playing both sides.
Hmm.
Someone who has no stake in the actual fight, Kaede, would play both sides for a nice profit.
Yeah, what if her benefit is money and she doesn't care who she sells our information to?
Oh, that's highly likely, but I still know that brokers have a code they go by. Again, if she's allowed around the guild, she must have a code that at least works well with people. Otherwise,
mean-
someone that sells that information very easily to the wrong people wouldn't probably be let into any sort of place that has a lot of people, when you think about it.
Maybe, but we don't know that.
We also don't know what they do either, so we kind of gotta think of both sides on that.
Exactly.
There's no point thinking about potential when we don't know what the potentials are. So let's just keep on going.
As like we're walking, at some point we like read past an inn, and like without even saying anything, Hachi just turns and walks directly into it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, this one, cool. This is the closest to the Adventure
Yeah.
Guild.
Yeah.
He's just walking. It's like even if the
Did
rest of
you
the
have-
group just keep walking, he just turns. He's like, "I'm going in here now." Doesn't say
Did you
anything.
have any days where you were staying by?
Pardon?
Did you have how the inn that you went to before? Did you have any more days than that? Like
No, I just got the
spent?
2.
Okay, yeah, I guess
It
this
was
one can work
okay.
then.
I think because we've stayed at this one before, haven't we?
I assume so. That's probably the first one we went to when we all got drunk.
Yeah, this is probably it.
This one's got nicer beds.
Alright. Yeah, he's good then. Kaido
Um,
has clearly already picked.
What time is it?
Probably nighttime, not super late, maybe like 7 or 8.
If it is that point, then yeah, I'd probably go into.
Not really tired.
You don't really get tired though, do you?
Well, I mean, I did a lot of sleeping in the last 2 days. Like, I guess I figured out that I can sleep again, so yeah, like, I can sleep. I slept for like 2 whole days. Well, at least nearly 2 whole days.
For
Mostly
the
2 whole
entirety?
days. Oh, no, not the entirety. Just a lot. Just a lot. It was good.
Sounds pretty good.
healthy.
It was. It made me feel really refreshed.
That was sarcasm, and I just walks in, pays the gold for his own room, and
Yeah,
then just
well,
goes.
no.
Like, if there's any form of like entertainment, like a bar or anyone, there's anything going on there, and he just like sits down to like kill some time.
Yeah, there's like a bard playing a bit of music, and you relax for a couple hours before heading off to bed.
It's too early. Who the fuck goes to bed?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
ain't going to bed because
It,
she's just gonna meditate.
it's too late to do anything, but it's too early to go to bed.
Exactly.
I have to get a room to meditate, but maybe I'll just like if someone's willing to share. I don't need a
Sure.
bed. I can just sit on the ground.
No, never mind. I refute that word.
I don't care if you want to.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't mind either.
Sleep on a bed.
No, I don't need to sleep. I just need to sit down for a little bit. Okay, 3 people have offered their rooms. Looks at Haito, looks embarrassed, looks away.
You look at Haito. Haito leaves.
She looks at Haito because she's embarrassed because of the shit that he said to her before. The fact that he told her that she looked unhealthy. One
Imagine
second.
for the second person you look at and get embarrassed with.
51
Damn.
is Kaide.
What a surprise.
Was it high odds?
Would you get embarrassed about thinking about Kaide, Nick?
That's what I was
No.
thinking, yeah.
Would Haito's like words echo in your mind?
She's embarrassed
That's
in the
so wrong.
moment, but it's like a. It's like if someone says something about seeing like a sibling naked or something like that. Like it's just like a no.
Gross.
She's like, it's like she doesn't think that Kaide's gross, but she sort of sees
No.
Kaide as like a sibling.
Wish I'd taken message now as a gesture.
Just quickly swap out spells, just retcon it.
Nah, I already took Mind Sliver.
Alright.
I think she probably feels like the most comfortable around. Like, no offense to May, but she's only just met her, but like at this
Yeah.
point where she's kind of a little bit like off center, she kind of wants to be around Kaide.
May offered it up, but was also nervous if you said yes. Be like, oh, we've done shared room before. How do I do this? Is this gonna be awkward?
You shared a tent before.
Yeah, she's like, what if she says yes? Like, is this gonna be weird?
Yeah, so you asked because it's polite and everyone else is doing it, but you were like really hoping she wouldn't pick you.
Please don't,
please don't,
please
she
don't.
thinks- she's just like, I'll go with Kaide because you know we've been friends and we've
Oh
been
my
in
God.
share rooms before and stuff. She's just like, oh.
Yeah, cool. Okay, yeah, good idea. Yeah, you guys know each other, so it makes sense. Anyway, the bard's good.
I don't think you need a roll. I'm an 18. Yeah, Dad would just shrug. It's like, of course, I'll probably be down here for a while if you just want to head up. Now it's up to you.
Okay. She just heads up like really quick.
I'll probably like stick around for a bit. Later on, head up. Maybe try to catch her like mid-trance and just actually like cover her and like make sure she's like covered in blankets so she's just not sitting on the floor with nothing.
She's like, is there I'm assuming there's like a seat in those rooms? Like, or is it just a bed? Edgy. Is there just is there like a seat in those rooms or is it just a bed?
A single room? There's a small, there's probably like a small desk with a chair in it, but nothing super fancy about it.
She'd be like sitting on the chair at the desk, and like when you probably go in, she probably has her head like on the desk, like in trance mode, like resting her head.
Okay.
Well, upon seeing that, I'd probably like throw a blanket over her. Like, if there's any like sort of spare pillow anywhere, whether it be like whatever, just put that underneath her head, and then probably like end up going to bed myself not too long after.
When they leave from downstairs, Hai just looks at me and go, "We have weird companions."
Yeah. But I like them.
You do know that sleeping for 2 days is not healthy, right?
I mean, I assume she wasn't sleeping like fully, like for a straight 48 hours. I assume it was like an in and out thing. Which
If
is
I were to
probably
describe-
fine. If I didn't have to get up for stuff, I probably would do the same. Like, I guess I sort of did that. I was just kind of like hanging outside, and like when I was tired, I'd just doze off for a little bit and then wake up and then chill for a bit and.
I just like looks at you while you're talking. just like finishes whatever like drink, whatever's in front of him that he was doing, and goes, "God damn, everyone's depressed in this party," and just walks upstairs.
I'm fine, I think.
You go, just confused.
He doesn't say anything else. He just goes to bed. The totally mentally healthy person.
Yeah, he meant what he said when everyone was depressed.
As you
Easy
all
loaded.
fall asleep, and as the day changes to the 16th of August, we'll call our break there.
Easy peasy. BRB then.
Yeah, Sam, real quick.
Oh, break? That means I can do this.
You are correct, you can do that.
Duck, go quack.
Very good.
Very good, little boy. Duck does go quack.
Yeah, gold star.
I am the best. I have all the gold stars.
I achieved 5-star ranking for my guilds. All 17 of them.
That's all Hydra cares about is the gold sticker. The ultimate betrayal is if he receives a "you tried."
The participation ribbon.
Yeah. You did your best. No.
Great effort.
That's why I was always upset in PE. PE was the only sport he never got an A.
Nice try is the horrible one. Yeah, no. Hato's not an athletic person. He did like some sports, but he was never like the main dude sports team. He just did them for social reasons.
What's up, depression gang?
What's up? It's your boy.
Sadness.
It's your boy. Sadness and feelings of self-doubt. Deep-seated anxieties.
Let's go!
Woo!
Don't you just love it when that anxiety seeps in through your skull and just
Did someone say
constantly makes you
deep-seated
worry?
anxiety?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did I? Fucking talking with people. We're having a great time today. My brain doesn't want to work.
Why doesn't your brain want to work?
I've been up for too long. Work was annoying.
Because race car.
When I hit the 12 hours after being awake, my brain's like, no, go bed now.
Fair
Go
enough.
lay down. My body can't last very long. I blame the medication.
I am going to BRB myself now.
Howdy.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Oh,
How dare me?
okay.
How
How
dare
dare
I?
I? Damn it.
How dare we?
How did they?
We have to include the they thems.
Exactly.
Never and always.
What?
No one picked up on my my like grammar correction in the thing.
Hmm?
So when we were reading those quests, I wrote in the thing "they are" has not because it literally had like a there that was a they are, where it had has not. So it was they are has not.
In the thing?
All right,
And
let me
the
just read
quest.
it.
And the quest.
Which quest was it? I'm trying to skim read it. Oh yeah, I see.
Special investigation Felden Farms. Lord Felden needs someone to look into the farms in Harfield. They are has not been a response from them in a month.
Look, AJ has like to write this down quickly sometimes.
They are has not.
This man had like a whole month of insanity. Like he deserves a break.
Doesn't even use random quest generator.
Look,
Well, why would you?
typos I accept because yes, they're a thing.
I also like typo. It's pretty good band.
Fucking
Yeah.
the theirs up makes me angry.
The amount of typos I make
Yeah,
in
yeah.
my notes is kind of funny sometimes.
I
You'd
mean,
think I'd
there's-
actually have not passed English.
There's also no apostrophe, so it kind of is a typo. Either
Yeah, that's
either the Y is a typo, or if you've got an apostrophe.
Look, if he typoed the Y, then yeah, that's fine. But, like, I
As
don't
someone-
care about that shit. Like,
As someone who writes notes with the man, he makes a lot of typos.
What
Gives
is
a
me
fuck.
or
I don't care about typos. I care about the theirs. I
The
want the
English is
theirs to
on-
be in the correct spots.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, yeah,
your-
they annoy me as well, but I also am victim to making them, and then I just hate myself.
The biggest thing in HSQ
Like,
with me
Jesus.
is that I don't like using the same word too many times, and so he'll write a whole thing, and I'll be like, no, I'm rewriting it because you said this word 3 times, and I don't like
No, I get that. I do that to myself where I write it
As-
like a certain way, and then when I used to redo my notes like after sessions and like actually like do paragraphs and things, I would rewrite how I would do it because I used like this particular word too many times. I'm like, I hate it, stop.
But it's your own notes. Who
Yeah.
gives a shit if
It
they're your
moves.
own notes?
I like
doesn't
my
matter.
own notes.
I'm
It's,
back.
it's like a little book journal thing that I keep.
I like-
100% agree with you on that.
I like her notes as well. I read
Same.
them.
Or like take extra long to like write the next sentence because all I can think of any word I've already used. I'm like, I can't use that again. I need to think of a different way to write this.
I need a cup of tea. Should've made a cup of tea.
Thesaurus.com sometimes.
You've got time to make a cup of tea.
Yeah.
This is a break.
What kind of tea?
If I just said it, I was gonna make black tea.
Yeah.
Go make a tea.
Sounds basic.
Like,
I'll make some
just
tea.
English breakfast? Just English breakfast?
No, I'm
Um,
not a T.
I like tea.
uh,
I'm not a huge tea person, but I like Earl Grey. That's my specific. I'm a Jean-Luc Picard kind of girl.
I
The
did.
T I do is posing.
I did see. Thank you for the follow, Hellfiber. Just for people who don't know, on Friday games, I'm not gonna call you out until break time. I might message in chat if something's happening, or if these guys are in chat, they'll probably say something. But when I'm in a game, in a D&D game, I tend to ignore all that stuff until the break.
That's weird. I didn't see anything pop up.
It's because follows don't pop up in chat. It's only just
Oh,
on my feed.
I normally hang in chat, but my intent is being shit, so I'm not risking it.
But yeah, also second thing, I did get the cable the cable came in for the 64. It was the cable, not the hardware. Very happy about that. So we play more 64 tomorrow, and I don't have to replay that entire game because I was gonna kill myself if I had to do the Jack in the Box fight.
64 hardware is like does not die. It refuses to die. It will be working in 1,000 years.
And we'll have proper stereo for that game now because both sounds are working now, which is good.
Yeah.
And on a note, we did have some grades up in the party, but of note, Haito is the first one to achieve an S ranking in a skill.
I'm proud of you, man.
Like a fool.
I'm the best.
I have like the worst
Congratulations on your
stats. I have nothing that's like terrible. Just like average across the board.
I mean,
Yeah,
I had
I'm-
to like max out 2 stats, so I've got Dex 18, Wisdom 18. So I got 2 A's.
Yeah, I'm mediocre to okay.
I'm pretty good.
Like, I've got a
Yeah.
pretty good wisdom. Everything else and an alright con. Everything else is average.
My 3 highest stats are in C tier.
I regret my stat layout because I realized that the class changing is really going to be difficult with my layout.
Yes.
That's-
Now my wisdom
exactly
is actually
why-
one of my highest, which is good because it's like the way I want to go is in wisdom.
The class changing was legit why I put extra points into charisma, because 2 of the classes I could swap into are charisma based. While the other 2 are wisdom, so I was just like, yeah, you know what? Have a 15 charisma just in case. Might need it in the future.
Is everyone here?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for kettle to boil.
No.
Oh yeah, we're waiting for your tea then.
You
How
can,
dare
we can go. We can go.
No, it's too late. You're making tea.
No, we're
No.
waiting now.
What if there's a question that directly involves you while you go ahead and pour that water in a thing?
When has that ever happened where there's been a question directed towards me specifically?
Never. All the
Exactly,
time.
So we're fine.
We'll wait till you just a bit, and then we'll get back into it.
Alright. This is why I didn't want to do it.
You did want to do it. It's just you forgot to do it. It was the issue.
Yeah, I forgot to. I was like, no, it's too late. I'll worry about it later. You're like, no, just go make it.
It doesn't matter. We've only been on break for like 5 minutes. We can go to
That's
15.
too long.
It's not at all.
You have to have a
Breaks
1 minute
doesn't
break
matter.
and then you're back into it.
Exactly. All breaks should be a sprint to go piss, and then you come back, and then you apologize for being away from your computer for even
Yeah.
half a second.
See, Darian
Yeah.
gets me.
Sorry, guys. I'm back. Please don't unfollow.
I just thought
First one back.
a break was supposed to be a mental reset, so you can get back into the game at a better capacity. But I guess I'm wrong.
Like,
You
I just
are
went on
wrong.
like pee break like 3-4 times in this whole freaking session, so I guess I'm doing it wrong.
How dare you leave? You're not meant to leave.
I
If,
know,
but
if
I'm
break
meant to
isn't,
stop.
if it's not a break, you stay.
Yeah, but I can't.
The
You
only
stay.
person who is required to stay at their computer during a D&D thing is the GM. Everyone else can get up and fuck off and not say anything, and the GM
Oh, okay,
just
bye.
deal with it.
Yeah,
I
just like,
always write the RB in the thing.
I sometimes do.
That is a good thing to do.
I think I do. Or I'll like mute myself in the Discord. It's like you can see that I'm muted, so I'm probably not there.
But then we'll ask aloud.
Which I don't. Which, to be fair, I don't do often. And I've also never established that as a thing I do. Mostly I just say BRB or just don't leave.
I do this thing, but I don't tell anybody I do it. I just do it. Oh god, I hope people realize I'm doing it. Oh god.
But sometimes
I've
I
done it,
don't
like,
do it.
Twice, and I don't even know if it was like for streams. It might have just been when we're like doing stuff offline.
Let's all make fun of Kay while she's not there.
No!
Oh, she's not here to defend
I'll
herself.
tell.
You can. I'm just gonna make fun of how the fact she got a gambling addiction again.
Yeah.
You don't need to. She can figure it out by watching the VOD.
I love that AJ made an edgy fairy, like the edgelord fairy, to put in as the like fucking information broker, and Kay is like, that's just like my character.
The thing is, I made it with like I made it in chat, on stream with you and Kay in the chat. I'm pretty sure Darian. Like I was waiting for someone, but when she said, "Oh," I thought that meant, "Oh yeah, I remember her when AJ made that character like a year and a half ago." Because this character wasn't a secret. I didn't name her at the point, but I named her when I got information about her already. And it's just like, oh.
Mate, you think I can remember a year and a half ago? I barely remember a year and 1 month ago.
Yeah.
He doesn't even remember what happened
What are we
last
remembering?
year. He doesn't
Yeah.
even remember Charlie's birthday.
Yeah.
He doesn't
That's
even
bad.
remember his birthday. Nah, that's not true.
I'm an age. I have to ask my wife how old I am because I forget.
So what are you
Look, I
remembering?
spent all of last year thinking I was 34 and was pleasantly surprised when I turned 34 this year. I was like, yay, I'm not 35. Fuck.
Is that a milestone?
Tez, did we forget the one of the reasons you were coming down to Victoria was to give me like a hard drive full of music?
Yes, I
Oh.
didn't get it all done and then I forgot, I'm sorry.
I'm not blaming you. I was just wondering if that was the thing that we both forgot.
I just completely know. I thought about it earlier today. I was like, fuck, I didn't bring the freaking hard drive. Yeah,
It's all good.
I'll zip it and send it to you somehow. I haven't really been working on it
You can just
lately, shit.
give me a notepad like in the website and I'll download it myself. It'll probably
There
save.
is so much crap to sift through, and I'm happy to just sit there like on a few days when I have time and just like listen to things and be like, this is good, this is not good,
But this
because
is
there's like thousands of songs.
I'm only gonna put in 6, so they have to be the best. The 6 best.
Yeah, but there's like lots of really good stuff on there, and like you want more than 6?
I think 6 is enough. I'm not gonna lie.
They're
Get
not
him
very
12.
long.
Get him 12.
6 is perfect.
No,
Get him 12.
Get him 6 regular ones and one really short one.
So you just want 6 songs?
No,
Or you just
I'm
want
happy.
shit?
I'm being a shit.
AJ, you want 12.
Don't want 12.
Yeah, 16 says you want 12.
Yeah, he's right. He doesn't want 12. He wants
Oh,
20.
it's too bad I'm the DM, and I'll just give myself a plus 16 to that roll, huh?
Hang on.
Roll negative. Roll negative. Go on, do it.
He wants 86.
42, let's go. 42. 42. No, okay.
Alright.
Plus 57. He wants
Roll.
86 plus 57. Hang on.
That's math.
Who can math the
140.
fastest?
144?
143.
No. Damn it, missed it by 1.
I have a calculator.
Missed it by 1 because my brain's slow.
I'm ready to continue if everyone else is.
Oh no, never.
Gonna quickly yawn. I don't know why. And then we'll jump in
Feeling very
again.
sleepy head? You very sleepy right there? Sleepy head?
No,
Okay, they
just
were picking on you
tired.
earlier.
Oh, hell yeah.
We told everyone we have a gambling addiction.
Look, at least pick on me while I'm here so I can at least be like, yeah, you're right.
Right, you have a gambling addiction.
You have a gambling addiction.
Yeah, I mean, I have a gambling addiction with fake money that isn't real money.
Yeah.
But it
I
can
have to
be
play
real.
into the
Yeah.
joke. I have to play into the joke of me like protecting you and you just like neenering behind my back.
Yeah, exactly. I tell you, like, I love it because I get to like be protected and I still get to be a little shit.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna say that you love having a gambling addiction.
That too. I mean, look. All I'm saying is that once Kafka gets on banner, I might spend money, and so will Jesse and Lisa and the rest of us.
Just one more note before we get to the game. This is after you two left at the end of yesterday, because we had these guys fix everything up before stream, and I went to them. I'm like, I'm happy that I always thought that Rebecca was gonna be like this defender of K, but it turns out she's just us as well.
I should have invited Daniel to start it instead. That would have been a better choice.
Wow, did you hear that?
Look, she did. She laughed. She laughed.
No, I was laughing at the other thing.
Oh,
She
okay.
just said that someone else would have been a better choice than you.
Look, you know damn well Daniel's always the best choice.
Alright,
Who played the turtle?
Daniel.
Jesse.
Oh, Jesse.
I'm bringing him in. He'd be worse.
Was Daniel's here for League, right? For the one League stream that never got uploaded to YouTube.
I think so, actually. Yeah, I don't remember.
Alright, we'll jump into it now.
Good old Superman, man.
I missed him.
No, please don't.
Not since the accident.
Oh, no.
As you all wake up on the 16th of August, not 16th, yeah, 16th of August, as you go and pick up your equipment, Kaede. Actually, I should have rolled for it.
No,
Quick.
you don't need to. It's fine. It's safe. It's secure. Roll
It's
42.
alright. No, it's all good. You are presented with your Masterwork +1 studded leather armor.
Sweet.
I've already equipped it to you.
Oh my god, you have? Nice.
And yeah. Eventually, as noon rolls around, you all make your way back to the guild hall and enter a similar room where you were before. Standing in this room seems to be Rupert, the young man that you helped before, who sort of set up this deal with you. Also just and his butler, and also sitting on the couch. The butler standing behind, but sitting on the couch with Rupert seems to be a man in his middle of his life. He's starting to go grey. Seems to be a bit stockier than Rupert is. Not like fat, but he just seems to have a little more muscle definition on him as he's sitting down at the table. It is an older person. I would call him elderly. He's at least 40 years old, is what I'll say.
No, we're not doing this again.
Don't sass me and we'll bring it up. Them's the rules.
That's him more quickly.
It's good. It's like telling her to shoot herself in the foot. You know that, right? As the butler stands behind him and is like, Lord Rupert and Lord Darius Felon here. As he presents the two of them sitting, and Rupert, a little more like an excited puppy, sort of starts to get up and then immediately starts to sit down and gather his composure again after like a quick glance from his father.
Aww. I give Rupert a wave.
He sort
I
of
do
waves
a
back.
respectful bow.
My son here thinks that you're all qualified and has offered an agreement of your services to my family, and I am happy to oblige him. Anyone who can help someone in the labyrinth is good in my books. But I do need to see the quality of you through my own lenses, and this mission will probably do that for me. As he sets up, you see that Parga is with him. No, with you guys, like she was last time. As he rolls out a map of the land of Koryu. Once more. The Felons have been here been a lord since about 180 years ago, a few years after the last war with the Demon Lord. As such, the lands have expanded. We typically hear around Starholm is our main base of operations, but we have connections to other farms in the different citizenries of the country. Two of my main farms come from Harfield, and I have not been able to regather information, taxes, anything for the last few months. I've been meaning to send out an expedition, however, it's only been recently where it's become slight of an issue, as quarterly reports have not come in, as well as the last shipment of money for sales and stuff to go back into the farmers. As such, I think something's gone awry and I need someone to have a look and investigate. If this mission is just you guys going there and talking to the owners and figuring out what's happening in just a chat, then so be it. But if there's more to it, I'm happy to sweeten the deal, as it were, as written on the request.
Sounds pretty fair to us, you know? We want to make sure that regular people aren't out there dying, but also it could just be a case of maybe your tax come in and messages got lost.
Indeed.
Who knows, maybe bandits are on the road and causing problems, but your people are actually completely safe.
Hopefully. But, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them while I'm here.
You said it's been a few months, yes?
Yes.
Why is it taking you a few months to get around to doing this? I would assume that the money coming in from taxes and usually goods from farms and whatnot are important to the lands. Curious as to why it's taking a few months to get around to querying this particular issue.
I'm not that huge of... I don't want to be someone a stick in the mud or a hard on my subsidiaries. I like giving them some time. They're regularly updated as to when taxes and this money and paperwork needs to go through me. And typically the farms at Harfield are quick on the uptake. I figured that it might have been a bad time. I didn't necessarily need this money immediately. I thought of giving them a few weeks to a month. I usually allow my other subsidiaries up to a month. Decided to double it, as these people have been kind and understanding to the cause. as well as other issues and other farms requiring my immediate services. And while I am a lord, I don't typically have, I don't have a platoon or a set of muscle to hire. I'm just a farming lord. I have a few men for defense at my home and a butler. I don't typically have the manpower to send people out there. So getting some money to hire the guild and a set of adventurers has sort of been the setback.
I just nods like, well, you also answered my next question, which was I wondered why you didn't send your own men if you had them. It makes sense. If you got a guild full of adventurers, why not take advantage of mercenaries who are more than willing to do this kind of work? Well, I don't really have any more questions other than the location and distance, because I wish you not to do this.
If you head towards Harfield, they're probably half a day out from each. They're half a day out from Harfield each, so they're not typically hard to find. Getting there is probably your closest thing. If you follow the roads, it should only take you maybe a day and a half to reach Harfield at a standard pace.
Doesn't sound too bad, at least. Is there someone particularly we need to see once we arrive there? Or is it just...
You probably want to talk to the farmers in charge. Let me quickly get my notes. Everything flies all over the place. You want to go talk to... you want to talk to... Garion Harfield, his farmers, his family,
Evil twin.
and Lyrel Martell. Garion Harfield.
Good old Gaz.
Lyrel Martell.
Can I call him Darry?
No.
Darius Lynn.
And no one else can.
Darius Lynn.
I don't think you'd want to call me Darry anyway.
Darry.
Fucking Daza.
Oh, you're Darius? Let's go. Great ultimate. Still breaking in top.
They own different farms. Garion is in charge of a lot of mutton and beef, and Darius has quite a good gourd farm, pumpkins, gourds, root vegetables, the like. A Lyra element.
Listen, my name should be everywhere. It's great. Hato's like, well, thank you for your consideration, and looks to Ronald as well. It's like, we do appreciate the work being put our way. It's nice to get our name out there, and if we're helping people out, well, it's just like the cherry on top of the prize.
Hopefully this is all just slow communication.
Hopefully, we just spent a few days in the labyrinth, sir, and I would rather enjoy a pleasant stroll onto Harfield and back without having to bloody our hands. But hey, if it comes to that, we'll let you know.
Gives a nod.
Like, most of this time, like, Mayo's kind of been doing that thing where, like, when a bunch of people are talking and you're sort of not being involved and you kind of just, like, staring blankly. As soon as she sees, like, the blood in her hand, she's kind of, like, looks to Haito, like, for, like, a split second, and then, like, looks straight ahead again, just like,
What is he being literal? Yes, yes he is.
Don't you miss that
Snapback
feeling of
reminder.
taking a life?
That snapback reminder of that maybe these are bandits.
Yeah, shit, yeah.
He straight up said they could be bandits.
Yeah. You did. I blanked
She
out, I was
wasn't like
drinking
fully
tea.
listening to much of that. It was kind of just like.
Listen, I assume half the time Haito's talking, at least one person has that going on in their head.
It was the other dude too. It wasn't like any offense.
Sometimes
She
for me, I
wasn't
just hear
listening.
white noise when Haito speaks.
It's rude.
It's like a bit like, oh, my tinnitus is
Like
acting up.
television static.
Yeah.
It's a weird attitude to have to the party face, but understandable.
I don't know
He
why.
is the face. I don't like him as the face, but he's the face.
I guess I gotta put some more fucking points into charisma, goddamn.
I mean, you don't need
Oh,
to.
that's the
It's
high
just
You don't need to. And even if you do, you don't have to use your charisma. I'm a good example of that.
it just seems to be the one talking as
He's got any questions.
as Darius and Rupert both step up. Darius gives a not like he's not a deep bow, but it is a little like head nod as he and the butler leave, and Rupert's like, "Thank you for agreeing. Have a good trip." You see that he's still injured. It's only been a week or so since you've last seen him, but he seems to have some of like the more prominent bandages have been reduced to like smaller ones. And like his arm's no longer in a sling.
No worries. Thanks for recommending this. I'm glad to see that you're doing better. And she like gestures to the the lack of bandages.
Gives a nod. Well, bye. Someone just quickly leaves as he just hears Rupert.
Bye. She like waves him out.
What a good lad.
I think he likes you. Well,
Yeah, he's nice.
Easy way for money, I guess.
best case scenario, it's a short walk there and a short walk back and very little we have to deal with. Worst case scenario,
And
everyone's dead.
okay, there we go.
Let's hope it's not that one, because frankly, I don't like that idea.
Then why do you mention it?
Gonna
I-
buy some supplies.
Same.
She just like goes towards the shops, like walks out and walks towards the shops.
I just need some more rations for this journey.
Day there, day back. I've got 9 rations. I think I'll fine.
Yeah. I mean, like I have enough for it, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to buy more.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
hunt
we
if
can
we need
eventually. Probably just like buy 2 extra.
Yeah, fair enough.
We have healing pots like still, or are we still out of stock from last time?
I've got
one.
2.
Just letting you guys know that I'm going to buy some supplies for my chef fate, which gives like I think that's 10 hit points, but like
Still useful.
yeah.
There's the long rest option is temp HP, and the short rest option, or at least like you need the hour is like a song of rest.
Yeah.
Ah, I see.
So cooking supplies. Let me just get the.
Wait, no. 1,
So how many
Cooks-
pots is that between
5,
us?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Hmm.
10 potions is that between us?
I have one.
I'll check the party inventory.
2, 1,
I
and
just
I've
I
got-
don't
I've
think I
got
have
2.
any.
So 3. Also, does anyone have a tinderbox?
We have
Yeah.
4 potions of healing in the
Or-
party.
Cool. Alright, we're fine then.
Friday, you said you had a tinderbox.
I believe I do. Should do.
Yeah. So I'm
No,
just
I
like, I
don't
don't have
actually.
one.
No, we don't because we had create bonfire.
Oh, my next question was, do we have any? Like, did anyone else have cantrips that just make fire?
Technically
prestidigitation.
yes. Druidcraft does light or snap of a candle, torch, or a small campfire.
A druidcraft?
Yes, does.
Oh, yeah, you got it because you're innate fairy, right?
I'm literally a fey creature.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I forgot that they got that.
Well, remember.
I've never played a fairy before.
Fun
Also-
fact: full fey do not get trance.
Also, prestidigitation lets me to instantly snuff or light fires within a range.
So literally the
Okay,
same
yeah.
feature.
Yeah.
A full
The wizard version.
for my cook utensils is a gold, and for each charge of ingredients to make the use of that fate will be a gold per use. It won't be like one per person. It'll be like 1 gold will get you the stuff that you need for one use of the feat.
Okay,
One piece.
I, just to save space for the time being, just grab like the cooking utensils and I'll basically dump 5 gold down, so I'll get the utensils and 4 charges.
Okay.
Just deducted that money.
Well,
How
good.
much were Russian skin?
Let me get the notes. Hello, Missy. Goodbye, Missy. 2 for 1, 5 for 3, or 10 for 5.
Okay, I'll grab 5 then.
Would you like me to add that myself, or are you going to do it?
I'll add the utensils
Okay.
real quick. It's 10 for 5 GP is what I meant, not 5 for 10 GP. If that was up for debate, I'm just making sure.
We debating?
Not really.
No. Can we though?
No.
What if we did? No. Let's delete my letters on here, not the master mode. Get the basic bitch.
Okay.
I agree.
Like I was thinking
I also agree.
You know,
thinking
I'm gonna
it's
join
on
that
Vegas
call and
more than
agree.
Gremlin.
You should tell him to shut up.
You know what? I won't because he's live right now.
I know he's live
It
right
would be
now.
funny.
You could just
It
not,
would be funny.
just not be allowed.
Just
Talk
join,
into his
just
mic.
Go to your bed. Leave.
Oh, is it Dimmy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll join the call. Be like, you know, Dimmy, I heard what you said. I agree with you, buddy.
I should
And
just
just-
message him and just say, go to bed, Dimitri.
Nah, don't do that.
Alright.
He's playing
He's busy.
What else? No, that's it. Anyone else doing any prep before leaving?
I just bought a few rations. That's it for me.
Oh, good.
Something I've
Yeah,
been
don't-
meaning to buy but keep forgetting is Peas tools.
You could.
But I also am not terribly proficient with them, so I might just leave it for now.
If you have a dex score, you're proficient enough.
You got a point. But I was like, do I need them now? It's like, not really, but I
25
could.
GP.
I'm gonna buy them.
It's 25 gold for a pack.
Done. 177. Yep, okay. Done.
Cool.
I
Could buy another potion of healing and be down to 2 gold, but no, I'm not gonna do that.
I want Teeve. How do I get Teeve? Where Teeve's?
I already put them in.
Oh, thank you. I'm so thank you.
So nice.
Yeah,
Nice
I'm
one.
gonna sass me there. And chose not to.
Thought about it for 3 seconds. I was like, nah.
Good. Yeah. As you all start getting your preparations probably done around maybe 2 p.m. Did you want to start heading off now? If you do, for 8 hours of travel, you'll probably finish around 10 p.m.
Meh.
Or if you wanted to start anew on the next day.
Actually, let's go now. Fuck
Let's
it.
go now.
I have to go
Guys are
now.
waiting. I just want to leave.
I mean, we can
Assuming
go
Kaede
now.
also picked up her armor.
Yeah, I picked up before arriving at the thing.
Cool.
I mean, what we could do as well is we could just go now, and if we just decide, like, we don't feel like going into the place at night because something's suspicious, we could just camp outside somewhere and go in the morning.
Alright.
Also, just because we travel and end at 10 p.m. doesn't mean we have to leave at like 10 a.m.
No. As you all start heading off throughout the evening, you follow the road that leads southeast, and eventually you make your way here.
Ooh, random event.
Could be. As you start finding a place to rest, you all... Are you gonna go forgo tents, or what's happening? It's pretty dark. You're gonna set up a campfire and then set up tents. You're gonna have a campfire because you can't find wood. what's going on.
Anyone got create one?
No.
This is very much like a plains grassland area. There are trees and stuff, but there aren't very much. But there isn't. They're sparse. Yeah, sorry, I'm talking to myself. They're sparse. They're not like uncommon. There's probably a decent number of trees, but they're not like it's not forest thick.
Yeah.
So like, you could probably get kindling out of like grass, but you probably couldn't get like the amount of sticks you'll find on the ground is limited.
So I can't cook my treats.
You can in the morning, because in the morning you can go out and get it. Even if you didn't, you've got dark vision. You can go out of your way to harvest wood for a campfire and etc. It's just if the whole party is gonna do that at the moment, as it's a very dark night, is what I'm saying. Actually, it's a waning gibbous. There's a bit of light there. There's not much of a. There's just not much around you currently. You probably have to go 100 or a couple 100 feet away to get the things you require for a very basic camp. Missy, I closed the door for a reason. Hurry up on the table, come on. There you go.
Decisions. Should I roll should I roll a wisdom check to see whether or not Mayu feels the need to go and get the wood to make the fire?
We want to be warm is the main thing.
No.
Do you have an insight proficiency? Because that's be more something like to that. Do you have insight proficiency? Because that would be more akin to that. So a 13.
Okay, I'll give it a go. Hang on.
No, it'll just.
Yeah, my insight is like +5.
Yeah, so 13. Is that anything, Kaede?
No, I was going for like above a 10 if I'm like if I wanted to go and pick the sticks up.
Yeah, if you feel like you wanted to do so, you could do it. If you feel like since you don't need sleep as much and you can see in the dark, if you wanted to go ahead and do that.
Yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna
If I go with you, I have skills in survival, so I can at least be helpful to what would work and what wouldn't work.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sounds good. If you
You can be my eyes and I can be the knowledge.
Sounds good.
You definitely offer. She says like she feels like she has a rough idea of what could be useful for the scenario.
She's just like, I have a plan. I want to try something.
And the plan is?
I want to make some treats. I got some cooking supplies. I got some little utensils, and I just want to try something else. I know it's kind of impossible to bake, but I got this weird recipe once, and I want to give it a go.
I mean, I'm sure it shouldn't be too hard if you have equivalent materials. Though,
Campfire cookies.
No.
Everybody needs campfire cookies. They'll be good, I promise.
Okay. You know what? Sure. I'm not really in the mood for biscuits.
Okay. You don't have to have them.
But I definitely still, like, if you can manage to somehow, like, just make it with the materials you've gathered, that's really useful. Helps us with maybe rationing out some food.
Yeah, I don't know if there'll be enough for I don't know if there'll be enough for usefulness like that. It's just a thing.
Still sounds useful. Anyway, from your vision, can you get to see any of the, like, particular sticks we need? Yeah,
What should I roll for this? Should we be rolling a survival with like a help action, or
There's not really a need for a
Yeah.
roll with your dark vision. You guys can find a tree that's small enough for you to cut some wood and get the kindling and stuff that you need from it.
yeah.
As the other two at the camp, what are you guys doing? You setting up tents or
I just
just
up this 10.
yeah.
It looks over at May as like they leave get firewood. He's like, do you get cold?
I mean, yeah, I still do get cold. Probably like a bit less than you, because I have like looks at myself. Some sort of insulation.
That's what I mean. Like, does it like keep you warm? Is it like wearing a sweater all the time? Do you feel overheated at like inns and stuff where there's fires and whatnot? I've never really considered the thermodynamics of a cat before.
No, not really.
Huh.
At least,
Yeah.
I mean, it still feels warm, like yeah, inside, but there's like fires and stuff. But it's not like an uncomfortable warmth. It's like it's nice and cozy.
Neat. He's like setting up the tent, and he's just like, he was just curious.
Yeah, as you sort of you use the moonlight to help you as you set up your tents, and by the time
Dancing lights, without a second,
Lights, okay.
the lights will pop up around him.
as night approaches, and no, as the other two approach, by this point you've got your tent set up.
Yep, and then he just turns the dancing lights out when he's done.
Mo like hurriedly like the fire up and sort of like busy herself with cooking. I'm gonna try and do the long rest one if that's possible.
Yeah.
If that's, would I be able to do that with like my 4 hours of like middle rest? Is it we've got enough time? Like,
Yeah, it's
at the moment?
the long rest one is just at the end of a long rest you can choose to do this. It's
Oh,
the,
okay.
Basically at the end of the 8 hours.
It's just saying that like you spend, instead of like, because typically a long rest is 6 hours of sleep, or for those who can't sleep,
And 2 hours of
unnecessary activity, and 2 hours of light activity, which cooking counts as for this. So you
Let me just
do have the
read
time.
this as well.
Cooking and a
'Cause
lot
I
of
think
activity.
they have like a what's the word? Lifespan.
They
I
have
think that they only
A
last
shelf life.
Shelf
8
life. That's the
hours?
word.
yeah. They have
Or a
8
Best Buy
hours.
date.
Do you have your feet set up? You don't.
I've got it on the top here.
On your actions tab, you don't. I'll quickly do that.
Sorry, I didn't.
No,
I didn't
it's
really
my
know
fault.
That sort of stuff.
I should have
Yeah,
just set
I
it
think
up from
it's
before.
these special treats last 8 hours. So I guess I'll reiterate that. I won't like ask people if they want to have the fire set up, but I'm gonna do those special treats in the morning instead, because like I feel like there's no point in doing it tonight, especially since like people don't seem to be interested in cookies at the moment.
I'll take cookies if
I was
they
just-
are on the table.
Hunter's not gonna say no to cookies if you offer them.
Yeah.
Cookies? Like, what fool says no to cookies?
I don't want anything. I don't want cookies. I don't want biscuits.
If I make them tonight, they last 8 hours and they give a 1d8 temp hit points, but I'm assuming that only lasts for the long rest.
Yeah,
So
you
I'm
can go around the morning.
metagaming right now. I'm going to do.
No. The you cook number treats. They last 8 hours. They get a bonus action, gain temp HP equal to your proficiency modifier.
Bonus action to use it.
Yeah.
Bonus action to eat a cookie.
Yeah, you can do that.
But then,
Like,
yeah.
they're saying in the battle. If you didn't want to use it at the start of the day, you can use it at the end of the battle. But the D8 of healing is after a short rest. If they use a hit die,
Right. Okay. Okay. So
it'll be a plus.
if I made them overnight and they ate them in the morning, they'd just
Yeah, they get
temporary hit points all day.
until short rest
Until it's
happens.
Okay.
Is it short rest? I thought it was long rest.
Yeah, you know what? I don't care. It's probably one or the
It's not
other.
going to be very
Right.
many temp hit points, I don't think.
Yeah, it's only 2 temp HP.
Every hit point counts.
She'll do that then because it's sort of just like she's trying to busy herself. Like she's sort of just like it's like nervous energy.
As a man who has a 10 dexterity, I'll take any hit points I can get.
I'm just trying to figure out how many Oh, if it's on the action scene, it'll be
I have made sure to increase my AC.
It'll be two. As you all wake up on the morning of the 17th. It's probably early morning, 7 o'clock-ish, not super late. You all wake up. Mayu has made, what has Mayu made for breakfast for everyone?
Breakfast cookies.
Cookies.
chocolate chip cookies.
Okay, yeah.
Is that a thing that we can have in this world?
Yeah. Chocolate,
Yeah.
chocolate's not... I'm not gonna make you spend more money on it. I might change the price of the recipes later on, but like, chocolate isn't super uncommon. You can find small bits to make. Not like
What?
they're not full chocolate chip cookies. They're probably like there's one chip in each cookie at least.
Nah.
Is
It's
it-
it's like I'm keeping it simple because it's the first time. It's gonna be like, you know, there's like plain vanilla cookies with like a sugar on the top of them,
Mhm.
like a little like sugar snack cookie like that.
Mm.
Just like nice, wholesome, plain sugary cookies.
Is it like actually like making them, or is it like that sort of crafting thing where you just put it all into a bowl, you mix it all together, and all of a sudden it's a cookie?
I don't know.
It's actually cooking.
Yeah, I think it's like I'm just playing
I'm
with
just
the
curious.
because usually you cook cookies in the oven, but I don't have an oven that I can take around
Yet.
with me, so it's campfire cookies. She read a weird recipe once in a magazine. Campfire cookies.
We don't have the materials yet for an oven.
We will put the money together to buy you a walking oven.
That's literally possible.
Yeah, so I think it's just enough for everyone. I think maybe
Actually,
You can
it's too
make.
many things.
I think you can make like
That's
6
odd.
cookies.
6?
Yeah. I think it's proficiency plus 2 or something, or 4 plus proficiency or something like that.
I think like I have them on like a little like I'm guessing with the cooking utensil thing. There's probably like a little.
Oh,
can or whatever.
you can make a number of these traits equal to proficiency modifier, so you can make 2 cookies.
yeah.
Oh God, really?
Oh,
But that's an hour of work. You can just say you spent 2 hours and 2 charges to make 4.
4 cookies.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll use up 2 charges to make 4.
So-
I just sort of offer them up, like I sort of show and be like, if anyone wants one, they can have one. I don't know if they're any good, but
I'll pick one.
it's like an experiment.
Takes one, eats
She
it.
watches Haito eat it very carefully.
Also,
He does his best to have absolutely zero expression on his face the whole time he's eating it, and only when he's finished eating the whole
Perception check.
cookie, then he's like, pretty good.
Thank you. It's like
Yeah, these are-
awkward, just like
I've had worse cookies before. Never had ones cooked in a pan, but hey,
campfire cookies.
campfire
No,
cookies
but-
turned out quite well.
it's nice.
Thank you.
It's good.
I'll get better at it. I'll make more and they'll be more interesting.
I look forward to it.
Well, let's get packed up and get moving.
Okay.
Alright. As you travel another 4 hours, you make the city of Harfield in your wake. As you do, notes please. So many notes, eh? It just seems to be a small farming village. It seems to be a combination of these 2 farms, really. That's got like a little rest spot for visitors in between the 2. But as you approach, it seems to be very quiet.
Quiet.
Like too quiet, like
Yes, too quiet. There does not seem
Is
to
there-
be a presence of people.
Haito immediately summons.
Hello?
something's wrong.
Hato immediately summons Pickles, and then like does like the one hand like kind of toss up as Pickles takes off into the sky, and then when May calls it hello, he like grabs her arm and is like, maybe we shouldn't be calling out into the middle of the street right now.
I'm gonna roll a perception to see if I notice anything like weird just around. Like if there's, you know, like it looks like there's been a disturbance or a fight.
Yeah, go ahead.
Could I be able
Pickles
to
is
make a
gonna do the
survival?
same.
Could I be able to
Can
make
I
a
cast-
survival check? So you first.
Oh, okay. I cast Detect Magic.
Yeah.
And I was gonna ask if I could be able to make a survival check to see if there are like fresh footprints of like people moving around at least.
Go ahead.
Okay.
As Mayu's looking around, her vision, like in your current area of sight, there isn't super much. Like, I'm saying that this is this thing. It seems it's like a town that's pretty big in size, but only because it's 2 farms and like sort of this strip in middle of a few like stores, a place to sleep, etc. In the town itself, it seems to be very quiet. There doesn't seem to be much or any noise there as Pickle starts flying up in the air and looking around. He doesn't notice anything in the town part of the town, and as he starts going towards one of the farms, we'll say the north one, as he's like skimming over it, he can tell that the crops have been disturbed, but there seems to be an overgrowth as well.
Like they haven't been. Yeah, and had to in between Pickles' eyes and his own every few seconds. That way he has like he doesn't lose perception of what's going on around him for the most part, but has brief glimpses of where Pickles is, and he's just like noticing this, looking around. It's like, well, not good signs, as it doesn't look like anyone's been here for a bit. Also, it looks like there's been some disturbance to the north.
I guess we better go there then.
I reckon we go there a little subtly.
Okay. I'm not so
As
good at subtle.
Kaede, as you're looking around, aside from the tracks of you guys walking in, it's not smooth, it's not like unnaturally, there's no scuffs or anything, but all the ones that are there are old. Like, probably, you can tell subtle things. You'd probably say maybe like a week or 2 ago, but it's only like far and few between of those types of markings. And with the detect magic activated at this current stage, aside from the magic emanating off you and your friends and Atsushi, there isn't any magical influence in the area.
Yeah, I'm not expecting anything right away, but I just want to have it up and like keep it up. So as we wander around.
Yep.
In case something comes into range.
As we get closer to the north, I'll like keep keeping an eye out for like anything sort of unusual. If you need me to reroll perception or not.
Yeah. As you spend, if you're going stealthily, I'd like everyone roll a stealth check.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Is there any way we actually could stealth? Like, is there like particular like things around we can hide?
There's nothing like there's some buildings, but like the fence posts. But it'll probably be dropping to the ground, crawling, or just walking quietly, more than using the area around you to stealth sort of deal.
I think instead of crawling, Kaede will go for just a slowly going, like walking approach due to her like sort of height advantage and kind of not being seen.
Maya's struggling.
Why? Why is it the
was
things
a
that I'm good at?
That was a survival check.
That was a survival check. You want to?
It doesn't matter. That's still a
Still
7.
that one.
Well,
It's a 7.
No, you should. No, you got it wrong. You can re-roll it.
I don't do that.
Alright. And Hato.
I roll the die and add the number afterwards.
so I was considering whether or not I cast enhance ability, but I don't think I'm willing to.
Fair enough,
Bother.
I don't think it matters at this point.
Nah, you've done the right thing, eh?
I thought this body was meant to know how to stealth.
She says loudly.
No. But yeah, it's been no.
It would have been a 2, but then she said that out loud and made it a 1.
As Kaede, the utter concept of stealthing you has been lost as soon as like we should go quietly. You're like, well, I'm good at this, and then you just accidentally just fail to do so. You
It's like the
step
body and the mind are in conflict of what to do. Like I think there's like as like my general knowledge of like what would be the best thing, and then my body has been like, no, this is the way we should be doing it, sort of thing, and it just doesn't sync up at all.
See, in my head, it's Kaide going, I'm gonna stealth. And everyone knows in video games, you do the Skyrim crouch for stealth.
No.
All
You
Kaide
just-
does
just
is
go
she does
crouching.
the Skyrim crouch in the middle of the road as she like Skyrim crouch walks down the road.
Look, they're not looking at me, and I have a bucket in my hands ready to put over their head. They'll never see it coming.
Drops bucket. Shit.
It's
I haven't
just
walked.
drops the puck-
Just her
drops the puck
kneeling
on her
into the
foot.
grass,
She,
but like you can still clearly see her head.
the best part though is she's even got like her hood up. She's got like the little scarf that's around her, like above her onto her nose. So she's like covered like in black gear, like this whole like roguish archetype. And it's just fumbling around.
I just like, should we tell her that it's really obvious?
Clunk, clunk, clunk.
I mean,
You're
she's still
so
doing
noisy.
better than I.
That doesn't
Never
matter.
mind.
Meanwhile, as I said before, Mei and Haito, as opposed to using your surroundings to be stealthy, you're just trying to go really quiet and slowly, and you're succeeding in doing so.
Yeah, it's like he's not trying to like dock to the ground and crawl like higher than the others. He's just walking, but trying to walk while making a little sound. In case that way he doesn't miss anything else that could alert him to things happening.
Eventually, go on.
Oh no, yeah, basically just yeah, like just being careful like where she steps and like trying to step quietly, and maybe like a little bit of a crouch or like a little bob, but like not like a full like crouch down, like trying to hide in the ground.
Eventually, after about 10 minutes, you reach what seems to be a picket fence. Well, not a picket fence. The ones with like wires and stumps. As you approach the edge of one of the farms, the farm to the north, as you slowly climb over, you have a look, and the fields seem to be a mixture of there's like dirt being like from stuff being pulled up and taken and from the farm, but there's also some parts have got overgrowth on there that seems to come from like the plants themselves, and the other seems to have like it's been unkempt, as in like it's not prepared for sowing at all. There's grass here and other weeds that have invaded the fertile land. As if you reach like this boundary area, about 20 minutes away, you see a farmhouse slightly northeast of your position.
What do you all think?
I say we go up there. What else can we do?
I don't really know what else to go towards unless going into the town. We can have a quick look before deciding what else to do. Was this the only farm that seemed as in disarray?
It's the one I spotted quickly through Pickles' eyes. Who, like, Pickles is still, like, soaring above head, like, doing really wide
Laps.
circles. Yeah.
I mean, we should probably check the house while we're here, see if there is anyone in there or anything in there, or maybe there's some sort of clue as to what happened.
Well, as we move through the grass, try not to get tripped up by living plants or anything, because who knows what caused this. And if you see a scarecrow, walk a wide circle.
Oh, that's creepy.
Oh, how does that work? Oh, I don't want to think about that.
Or getting jumped by a scarecrow.
I'm more thinking of the
Automaton.
inflicting of... yeah, no, don't think of it.
Okay, let's get moving. I think checking out this farmhouse is definitely a good start. Let's just hope there's no trap waiting for us there.
Yeah, we'll just slowly move up.
So,
Haito sticks still to the back of the group, but close to the back so it doesn't get left behind.
as you start walking, I'll have another stealth check, and for those looking around, a perception or survival or whatever, investigation. Any of the three.
Bullshit, that was a 10.
Damn.
Okay, well that's alright. At least.
22 stealth, 14 survival.
So, at this point, I'm not even tired, I'm just yawning. At this point, Kaida, you've switched around, or you've realized, oh, what the fuck am I doing? You become a lot more stealthy as everyone else.
I just let the body like take control at this point. Like I obviously at this point do not know what I'm doing. I have not had enough experience with it, so I just let the body do it first and then learn from it basically.
At this point, and the others sort of relegate back to a more still quiet, but there could be better stance. As people are looking around, Mayu sadly can't really spot anything of note, and neither can Haito, though it seems to be there is a lack of things here, which you've noticed at this point. Kaede, you've noticed that there are a little more. There are a few more disturbances on the ground as someone walking and making their way in there. They seem to be a mixture of humanoid and beast, but you can't really differentiate what. And you can't really, and you can tell that they're going in a westerly direction, or at least a lot of them head west at some point. Pickles is scoping around the area and doesn't find anything, and May is also not finding anything of the note other than like she's pointing out the disturbances and the footprints for others to see, but doesn't really know much about other than that they're the survivors mainly there to determine the specifics of that.
Where's Westwood? Would that be towards the town itself?
No, because you sort of headed north. It'll be more. It's more like towards the forest section on the map.
Okay. Okay. Yep.
Right, keep moving in, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Useful information.
As
Beast people.
I would mention that there are some bestial
people.
stuff, like as quietly as I can, like slowly moving up to each person, so I don't have to like.
People with beasts.
Yo.
The like, kind of like breath of relief from my hearing that it could just be like base at this point. Like she doesn't want bandits.
Because we know, baby.
When Kaede points it out, am I able to make some sort of check if I can like determine what kind of beast?
Also, can I do like a history check to think of what like beast people were in the game?
yeah, you can roll. Hato can roll an intelligence history check, and May, you could roll a, I guess, survival at this point. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but is
Or
it that they
nature.
look like it's like a beast and a person, like at the same time, like a bestial person, or is it like people footprints and beast footprints?
There seems to be bestial
Like
footprints
someone with a
and humanoid footprints. You can't tell if they're together. I'm just pointing out that there were bestial tracks and humanoid tracks.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. See, I thought you said beast people. My thought was like, is it gnolls maybe? Like, yeah.
With that, yes, Haito, you know that there are a bunch of bestial humanoids. You've got your gnolls, you've got minotaurs, you've got tabaxi, loxodon. There's a numerous amount of player races and creature race and enemy types that are just half half humanoid, half animal.
Aminal, yeah.
And May, as you're looking around, you can tell that there's like sort of small but deep ones from like wild boar and other like and other of those types of animals. And there's also, you can't really tell what the humanoids ones are. They don't seem to be leaving any particular kinds of noting things. There's no like additional claw marks to them or anything like that. They just seem to be humanoid.
Yeah, but like human feet.
Mm.
Yeah, okay. And then the other, yeah, it's just like wild animals. Okay.
Well, it could be a lot of things. Keep on your guard. Probably not living plants at this point.
Your best not to
Yeah, but
put the potential, right?
yeah, it does look a threat.
Haito is going to cast Mage Armor.
Go ahead.
Loudly or subtly?
As subtly as you can cast a spell with verbal and somatic components.
I see. Carry on.
As 20 minutes pass, you all eventually make your way to the farmhouse. It seems to be this 2-story building, small in size, probably maybe like 3 rooms to a floor, if that. It sort of tapers off on the second floor as well, so there's not much. It's not like 2 full floors stacked one another. It seems to be one and a half. There seems to be a large silo nearby, as well as a two large rectangular barn-like buildings. One of which has a very distinct odor.
That's not good.
Why does this feel like delightful?
I'm gonna send Pickles down to have a quick glance.
Is my-
Haito's not gonna look himself, but it's just gonna be like, to Pickles, it's dead people.
As Pickles looks into the barn, he's like, "Nah, not fucking people, eh? Some dead broncos.
Well, the good news, that's not dead people in the barn, it's probably horses and other livestock.
Is my detect magic still up?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
nothing seems to have triggered it other than you and your friends.
Yeah. Okay. Wanted to make sure it was still there.
All good.
Okay. Well, we should probably still. So the barn is the barn is closed, isn't it? Where where the smell's coming from.
Yeah, it's closed in the fact that like there's like broken doors laying across like the entrance. Thanks for the raid, Dimmy.
Wait, sorry. Did you say the doors are broken or like there's
Yeah.
nothing across it like a bar?
The doors are
On one or
broken.
both of them?
On both.
So it's barred from the outside, like they've locked things inside.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Maybe the whole maybe it might not be an attack in there. Maybe if it's just because it's locked, they unfortunately died from neglect. People
Good
haven't been
assuming.
here for a long time.
It seems like they haven't been here for several weeks. If there's animals were in there, they probably died of starvation.
They're all fucking caught up, eh?
Oh.
Never mind, they're being butchered.
That is different. We should. I mean, I guess yeah, we should probably check that out.
Also, there's still the area where Pickles initially saw the disturbance in the grounds themselves. We could go check that out as well. Unless AJ, we've already passed that.
You can go back if you wanted.
No, I've already passed it. It doesn't matter.
Do we want to check the house
Well, we definitely shouldn't split up.
Yeah, and the house.
and search for clues?
No,
Yeah,
absolutely
no, we should
not.
take it
I say
Never
that.
split the party.
Well, so the barn between us and the house, or we have to go past the house to get to the barn?
Yes, you have to go past the barn to get to the house.
Alright.
Yeah, barn
Yeah.
first, then the house.
It's like a road. You can go into the barn, you can go into the other barn. There's a small path off to the silo, and then at the end of the path is the house.
How
I
far
took
away?
like ducks into the grass and like starts moving along the grass to kind of like stay out of line of sight, and he's gonna start circling around, so that way that the you can't actually see the house, and he's gonna approach the barn from an angle where you can't even see the house.
How far
So if
away
anything's
is
in
the
there-
barn from the house?
I'd say probably maybe 100 feet.
Okay, just want to get rough distance, just in
Within
case.
firebolt range.
Yeah, perfect. That's within at least one round of movement for me. While he's circling around, then I might take a little bit of a more direct approach, using whatever like objects or like whatever's like been built in the area, just as like a bit of cover, just to try to see if like there's again like any proper movement in like and around the house itself.
Okay.
So, like, not really approaching the house proper, like its actual like area, just yet.
So you're rolling a survival or a perception
Yeah, I'll just wait. I'll just wait
Yeah.
for. Let's go with.
or investigation.
I think we'll go with an investigation, because it probably makes more sense to survival here.
Guidance.
It's only a plus. Oh, hello. You following up with me?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll go like kind of generally follow the group, but I want to like when we get to the barn, I want to like go to a nearby window and try and peer in if there are any windows.
So seeing as everyone is going a different way than Haito then turns back and goes back towards the party.
I was still going to be. I was still going to be like in like the direction where I could be close to the barn. I wasn't expecting to go to the house. Like I was going to be. That's why I asked how far away they were, because I was going to go close-ish. But not
Yeah, so
close.
Haito's logic was to circle around, so that way, if there's someone in the house watching, no one can see us approach. But he's also not willing to go by himself in case there's things waiting in the grass.
As you're investigating around, you see that at this point you can see that the house, you don't need to like go towards, but the house has got like the doors off the hinges. There's broken stuff out there. There's like a chair thrown outside. There seems to be like damage to the house at this point. And there's no, they can't hear anything. There's no like additional movement or anything of the like there.
Seems like some bad shit went down.
Is it like damage on the outside as well as potentially some like a little bit on the inside as well?
There's some damage on the outside, but like it just seems to be focused on like the door. The windows are broken.
Yeah, so not like general house disrepair, like that. Yeah, like entrance
Broken into.
damage. That like you would get from a break-in. Not like it's been through a tornado or just it's a decrepit house.
Yeah, it seems to be like there's damage to the house from an attack.
Okay, yeah. Upon sort of seeing that, I will then make my way towards where Haito was planning on going. Again,
No, it's
using
okay.
whatever, like...
Again.
You know it's okay? Is he moving back? Is he moving back?
He's already moved back, fuck you.
No, okay. If he's moved back, then I will sort of keep staying crouched where I am to kind of keep headed and just look back with a, like, sort of look to whoever I can see, and I then will point towards, like, the house and to one of the barns, and I just sort of have a little thing of, like, a, what do we do?
I actually don't think we're going to find anybody here. I feel like whatever happened here, they've already moved on. Because we've been looking and we've seen no signs of anything.
Well, should probably. I mean, we could still determine if they were just killed here and there's like bodies around, or if like they were taken.
That's what I was about to say next, is But we can try to find out what did this and where they've gone.
Why would
Yeah.
they kill the livestock for?
Food.
They
Besides the obvious, of course, they weren't
Did
made
Maybe
for
the
food.
horses were. You said they were cut up.
We haven't
The-
actually looked in there yet. I'm going to assume.
That's why I wanted to go to the window. But yeah, did Pickle say like they had just been cut up? Like, did it look like they had been like eaten or carved into, or are they just like dismembered?
All he told me was that they were cut apart.
Okay.
Horses didn't ask for this.
I don't think anyone did.
So you're asking Pickles for more information, Haito, or no?
Pickles, he's gonna be like, we can go have a look ourselves. Maya, you don't have to look if you don't want to. Pickles is like changes. He's like talking both out loud and telepathically to Pickles, who's too far away. And he's like, continue doing circles over the area. Let me know if you see any movement nearer to the town.
Sure thing, mate.
All right.
I want to help. I'll come because I can help.
Well, do you and Kaide want to check out the house? Then we'll catch up in a moment after we've had a glance in the barn.
You can do that.
Okay.
But I can at least rush to the other side very easily. I don't know about Mayu though.
I just slow you down.
That's not true. That's not it. It's more so I'm a bit faster than, well, the rest. Either way,
I think that I'll go with you because then at least there's two people on either side.
There's a healer with each group.
And then
What?
can I send us? I'll be with Haito. You'll be with the Kaide. So if something happens and they need healing, they're covered.
Right.
So you
Also,
just
I'll
go on.
I'll also send Atsushi with them. So if something does happen to either one of us, like he can either like message me or I'll message him. To be like, hey, we're in trouble. Call back up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are you guys going to separate barns or the same barn, just at different sides?
one
Well,
barn,
we're-
one house.
Yeah, Haito and
Yeah, I think
May
they're
go
going to the house.
barn, and they go to
Okay.
the house.
Alright. As you guys start walking to the house, and we'll go to the barn group first. As you guys enter the barn, there's not really any windows on the ground floor of a barn. If there's any light coming in, it's coming from the top, and so unless you wanted to climb up there and peer in through there, you're probably easier just to go through a door.
Yeah.
I don't think there's gonna be anything dangerous in there aside from the smell and potentially rotting things. So he's just like a door. As long as there's an unlocked door, he tries it.
And I don't have like anything for like easy climbing. So yeah, I'll just go through the door as well.
As
Also
you
good for climbing.
As you go through the door, you just see the pungent aroma of decay is going through the air. It's not any, like, you don't need to save, but you do gag a little, those who are uncomfortable with the sound, which I'm going to say both of you are, as you're just normal teenagers.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
As you do so, as you have a look, you see that there are two horses. Both have been decapitated, and have been partially, at this point, decayed, and parts of it have been eaten. You see as some rats are eating the carrion left behind. In this thing, you also see a wagon, and it seems to be the smaller of the two. There seems to just be a place that's more of a stable than a barn, where to keep the horses, and a wagon for transportation. It seems there's not much in here other than that. As you look around, the wagon, it hasn't even been touched or anything. It doesn't look pristine because it's a bit musty. It seems to have been here for a while, but there isn't any damage to it whatsoever. None of like the small boxes in here. They have the lids ripped off and like thrown around on the ground, but nothing seems to have been taken. There just seems to be farrier stuff in here.
The farrier stuff isn't like just general trade.
Yeah, trade goods.
Trade good stuff
Yeah.
to maintain
Horseshoes,
horseshoes.
Yeah.
Are you trading over here?
Patrick looks amongst all and is like, well, he casts prestidigitation in front of his own face to make the smell better.
Mm.
And he's like, well, gotta say, this is neither confirmed nor denies my current thought.
Do the horses, like you said, they've been decapitated. So are they only cut up with the decapitation? Like it's
Yes.
just the head that's missing?
It
Okay.
doesn't seem to be much. There's no other damage to it. They seem to be. It seems to be just this one swift thing. Like there's no, like any. If anyone furtherly inspects it, not that I don't think the two of you will. It seems to be a clean cut.
Yeah, and you said like it had been like partially like obviously decomposed and eaten.
Yeah,
Does it look like the eaten stuff is just from like wild animals and like scavengers?
Yeah, it doesn't
Or
look.
are like chunks of it missing?
There's no like limbs or torso or anything missing. It just seems to be. It just seems to be the carrion feeders have been picking at it. Rats mostly.
Yeah, so basically they've been decapitated and left here by who or whatever did this.
What to say may, my two thoughts on this matter at the moment are either some form of slavers, because why would bandits take captives? If Mayu and Kaide find bodies in there, then it's probably bandits of some kind. But if there's no one in the town, either slavers or, my less hopeful idea, some cultists of the Demon King or whatever, the Demon Lord. It only is understandable if we're here now, they're also going to be getting more active. Though I thought we'd have a bit more time if that did happen.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we don't really know exactly how much power he has, but the fact that he said that he's back at all would mean he would have some, and would be starting to be some sort of threat.
Also,
Possibly, maybe just starting with the stuff that's in the labyrinth, and just now, like, taking over the mainland or whatever you would call the overworld.
I don't mean to always be the pessimist, but I did say the worst case scenario was that everyone in the town is dead. And well, it might be the case.
Yeah, it looks like either dead or kidnapped, and I lean more towards kidnapped.
Same.
Because obviously these horses are presumably this all happened at the same time as the horses being killed, and they've reached the point where they stink. So if the entire town had been slaughtered and just left here, the whole place would stink, not just this
Exactly.
barn.
The town would have been full of more damage that we didn't see. Either way, well, I'm gonna head back to see if we can catch up to Kaide and Mayu, see what they've found.
Yep.
As we jump back to the other two, as you approach the house, as you start going up the steps, the wooden steps to the door, you see that there's been a search in the house itself. There seems to be drawers all over the place, like lids to things strewn around, chests like left open, but no people.
I took the loot. No.
As you're looking around, even if you're looking, they seem to have left money
Oh.
cloth. They seem to have left anything that's not food.
So everything looks like it's in a complete disarray, like they left in a hurry.
No, this is like stuff's been thrown around as if like someone's
Okay.
searched the place and has
Oh,
left anything that's not food has been left.
So okay, interesting. So it's been like almost has been turned upside down, yet everything's been left. Okay. And that's what we find like downstairs.
Yeah,
and I'm
on the
assuming
first
upstairs as
floor.
well. Okay, yeah.
This yeah, as you've entered the house, this is what you see. There's no like wall separating places. You've got a kitchen, you've got a place to eat, and you've got sort of like a den to rest in. And these three rooms, yeah, they've been overturned, but not much in there. And yeah, there's a staircase heading upstairs. But other than like there has been a disturbance in the house, but other than they probably wanted food, you can't really determine
Yeah.
what else they were after.
Any kind of like beast marks throughout the house or no?
There seems to be scratch marks all over the place now from wild animals. There is like some of the wooden stuff has been nibbled on by your rodents, but yeah, there has been influence from creatures in here.
Okay. Well, that's about as much as I can see here. I can't really determine anything. Either someone's gone through the place and left everything, but perishables, or something came in, bestial maybe, tore up the place and took the food. But then there's still no signs of anything else.
I have no idea.
If there's stuff upstairs, it might lead to more human interaction. So let's have a little check first to see if anything's different up there.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll slowly make my way up, and I'll go first.
Yeah. As you slowly climb up the stairs, as you look around, you see a small hallway that sort of separates the two rooms that they have, or three. Sort of, there's three doors, two to the on the western wall, one on the eastern. And as you have a look, one seems to be a small privy, small little washroom toilet combination there. The other two seem to be small bedrooms with, again, disturbed rooms, chests open, drawers out of place, but valuables that you can clearly see, like money and jewelry, have been left.
As well, like, are they fine or are they also off hinges?
Drawers? Yeah, like they've been
The doors.
doors. Yeah, they seem to be pushed in. They're not off hinges.
Okay.
But there wasn't any like. They're not destroyed. There is damage and they're not destroyed.
Yeah. Same thing as downstairs.
I don't understand.
It almost feels like, with the lack of valuables being taken, it almost feels like someone left in a hurry. But the damage shown shows the opposite.
It's just so much destruction. It's so much pure destruction of.
It could be
These
someone left in a
people's
hurry and
homes.
someone came and did something. But then again, in that case scenario, why not take the valuables? Why leave them here?
It's just destruction for destruction's sake. I'll break it because it's there.
Maybe influence from the Demon King's minions. Don't believe they really need the valuables themselves.
You don't need a demon king to be bad.
No, but again, some of the bestial masks could lead to that possibility.
Sometimes things are just bad.
Yeah. Anyway, we should head back. We don't really have much else to go on.
I agree.
Maybe have one of the two try to case the area with magic, but that's about as best as I can go.
You said that you saw, was it? I can't remember if it was you. You said that you saw, tracks that might be heading in a specific direction.
Bestial and some humanoid. Mostly all the bestials were going westward into the forests beyond the town.
Maybe they took the people there.
That's what I'm starting to think now.
We should probably follow the tracks. I don't think there's anything left in this town.
We might still need to check the town anyway, even if it's just a brief walkthrough, just to see if it's similar damage.
I don't know. I think that maybe we should go, because the longer we look at all of this empty, destroyed buildings.
We don't have to be quiet in the town if we know that what we're coming across is empty.
The longer we take to look through all of these people's belongings.
No,
All
I'm
of
not
their
saying to
private-
look through all the belongings. I mean just to quickly go up the street just to see if it's similar damage.
And all of their private things. These people might need our help. So if we don't follow those tracks now, then people could be dying. Some people could already be dead.
Well, there's not really much we can do about that scenario. If they're
No.
dead.
We know something, and we've got information. We should follow the tracks. If we don't do this now, then someone could die.
But if we go in too quickly, we could die. I want to make sure that we're prepared. We need to be careful. We don't know what this is yet. That's the worrying part. Let's go find the others.
As the other investigation seemed to be very quick, I'm assuming you're also skipping over the second barn and just heading to the house.
Yeah.
The two of you arrive in the house as they're coming back from going upstairs.
As they're coming downstairs, Haito's just like, I think we need to get moving and follow those tracks.
She just looks to Haito and like, I agree. I'm with him.
Did you
Let's we should get going now.
Did you guys find anything?
The house itself seems to be turned upside down. Everything has been moved around. Almost rummaged through, but nothing was taken. The only thing really that seems to be missing is food, but gold, items of like that bums would carry with them, all here. Even up like well down here is a lot more damage and very much bestial marks. Upstairs it's less so, but still damage.
Haito looks over at May and frowns, and is like, I have a feeling my second theory is a bit correct here, May.
You have an idea?
Well, we found a wagon in the barn, and it also had been like looked through, but it didn't look like anything was taken. It seemed to be full of like regular, like trader merchant stuff.
The horses were killed, seems pretty quickly and plainly, and they were just left to rot. If they've taken the food here and you see bestial things, I have a feeling, now this is just a guess, I obviously have no idea, I have a feeling we're dealing with were creatures of some kind. Given the boar tracks, I would guess were boars.
That's at least better information than any of us have.
My entire theory is built on speculation, but I'm thinking they killed the horses to stop anyone being able to run to get help in case they miss people, and they basically kidnapped this whole town. Who knows why? Could be for the demon lord. We've seen were creatures in the labyrinth, and they're meant to be tied to him somehow. So it could be that these ones worship him or work him, or it could just be a band that's trying to grow its numbers, or I don't know what. They've
The
taken
idea of the Demon
food.
King could also go with the idea they didn't take anything. They don't
Either
really
way,
need
I think
valuables
we need to
if they're
get
serving
moving
chaos.
quickly. I think if they killed the horses to stop people from sending help, then their plan to get a head start on pursuit has already gone perfectly for them. In which case, we need to take advantage of, well, where we are now and start pursuing.
We don't. We might not have much time left.
Did you be able to tell how long they might have been there for, the horses?
A week or two, potentially.
Yeah,
Oh, is it-
they have been decayed, so they're beginning to the decay has happened. So it's been upwards of weeks at this point.
There's
We-
specific stages.
Yeah.
There's like the first month would be like the putrefaction or whatever.
bloating and all that disgusting.
So like you've
Yeah.
heard that there's not been contact in at least 2 months. And there has been
A while.
decay, so it's been a while from what you
I'm not a
can
forensic
determine.
scientist, Kaide.
Sorry,
I'm
I
not
had an
actually
audio
sure.
issue there.
Yeah, this is something that you'd have to guess because you're kids. You're not people in the
I mean,
field.
that survival skill might be helping me.
I had an audio issue. Did I miss anything?
They were just talking about they wanted to go to the forest.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
Mary's like kind of like looking down at the ground, like she's sort of like balling her fist at this point, kind of like muttering something under her breath.
While we start walking that way, feel free to follow.
Can I try and hear what Mayu's saying?
Of course you can.
Is your
Okay.
passive better than that?
That's a no.
Is your passive better than that?
Yeah, it would be. My passive is a 16.
Yeah, you'd probably be able to hear it with that. Like, it's just sort of like on the lines of like, please don't make me do this again.
Good to know.
Okay. Not going to do anything with that for the moment.
But when Haitoru says like he's moving, like she just like moves straight with him, like straight away.
Oh,
As
yeah,
is walking. As the walking goes to Kaide, if you want me to check the town, I'll send Pickles to fly through the streets and see what we can get sights on, but I have a feeling we're going to find more of the same here.
at least confirmation is something.
Fair enough. And telepathically tells Pickles, go look at see everything you can in the town,
Mhm.
go into buildings if you have to, etc., etc.
Yeah. As you have him sent fly off, and as the rest of you all start heading west towards the forests behind Harfield, that's what we'll call it for the evening, I think.
Oh wow, it's 11:30.
Yeah, it's far.
Yeah! I hope some of you will notice, because it's a stupid thing that's not going to be you guys, but the chat. But the numbers have changed to reflect that they're iron tier now.
Oh, I have noticed that. Yeah.
I did notice that at the beginning.
Numbers?
The,
On
the session
on
number.
Stream, the episode number in the middle.
That's
That's
cool.
what I mean.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't notice that. That's awesome.
I didn't realize why it was that. I was like, the number's a different color. Oh well.
And now I make a celebratory pool.
But yeah, back at it, at the game. They went from a nice quest. They could have been flower picking, but now they deal with this.
I would have preferred flower picking.
I like
Yeah,
it.
I was
Bit of,
down for
like,
file
more-
picking, but also
I like a little bit
we
more
were-
trauma with my character that's just recovering from,
Trauma.
shit. I was like more like needing like emotional downtime to like having like past trauma thrown in her face.
But yeah, we'll start heading off. You can see all these people here on this channel. They don't stream on their own for the most part, aside from Kay, but only with me.
That counts.
That does count for a little. Tomorrow I'll be playing more DK64, and I'll have to take time off to replay everything on the computer. The cable worked. We're back at it again with Donkey Kong 64. No, I'm done with the boss. It's done. I beat him.
Congratulations.
So now I can go back to the first 2 levels and do the clear up I wanted to do last time, but I spent an hour jumping on a singular platform that Darian could mock me about because it was really bad.
It was funny.
I gotta. If it's as bad as that Ocarina of Time moment that I watched,
I would be laughed at, honestly. It's 3 jumps, and it was the hardest 3 jumps I've ever completed, ever, and it's this stupid.
I'm proud of you for doing platformers.
It's been so long since I played DK64, I probably wouldn't judge you as much, because Ocarina of Time is like freaking muscle memory for me.
I asked all the
The
gays. I asked the guys in chat, and they were like, listen, I haven't played it at 64, but I could see this being hell.
Sorry, I wasn't in the chat that time. You couldn't ask the game.
Lily was there, so it's still
Oh, never
good.
mind. You're fine then.
Um,
I forget she appears on Saturdays.
You're not special.
you're not the only gay we know,
I
Kay.
just got funny gimmicks, and they're not even like unique.
Tuesday, if everything goes well, and no one's gonna leave the state or a state or anything else, we'll be back with Aluna. Oh fuck yeah, let's go. We'll be back with the Aluna and the Moth finale for Wildermyth, and then we'll determine if we're gonna do another campaign or if the Gat, take another small little thing. Kay has told us it's gonna be like 2 months before we can get back to our regular schedule of programming with the Tuesday streams. Shrug. At which point, I think if we're gonna do Zelda again, I want to restart the whole thing.
I'm gonna delete the whole
I had such a good head start.
Yeah, exactly. Go fuck
I had
yourself.
such a strong start.
I'd agree, but I don't want to watch my own VODs to catch up to thinking at what I have to do, and B, I was struggling already.
I lost all of my stuff.
Yeah, and also Tez did have like 2 resets.
No,
I had 2 really
I'm
bad
joking.
resets.
I totally get.
So I
was
think
so
it's
sad.
probably better.
When we do Zelda
yeah.
again, we'll restart it.
That is definitely confirmed. As terms of like when exactly, I cannot give an ETA because anything could change. And my main issue with work is like one person who has uni placements, and that's the main reason why I have to do nights. Like because I can't really fill the slots otherwise.
But there's plans of like there's a couple game ideas being thrown around. One of them is bringing Us back, but not on the farm. That's the difference.
I mean, he's still doing his thing of like harvesting souls.
Yeah, he'll be doing some soul stuff again, potentially. But that's Tuesdays. Wednesdays is more Monster Sanctuary. Lots of fun. I love that game. It's nice and cute and fun. It's a Metroidvania and a turn-based combat game. You can't go wrong with either for me. And Thursdays we'll be playing Halo Reach, finishing Halo Reach. We couldn't do it last time because Kay did art, and that's it. Kay did art. Needed time to do that. I'm not gonna yell at her for it.
For help. Shout out to Zalania Arts. She's amazing. I love her.
She is good. We can confirm. She do art for the channel.
Yes, we love her.
Look, I haven't paid her for the keychain.
And yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back next Friday for Echoes of the Forgotten, where we're going to start off with some heavier shit again. So it's going to be a good time.
Can I stay
And
here?
shout out to Valkyrie Arts as well, is that I'm pretty sure that some of her art that she did for me will be showcased.
Yes, there will be some art
If
show.
it doesn't, I'd be very concerned that it doesn't happen that session.
And we're back in 2 weeks' time for more of this, as is traditional on Friday games. I just want to get everyone out here. I'm not going to bother sticking around and stream waiting for someone to raid. So we'll catch you all tomorrow and or later. Have a good evening and a weekend. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Good to be back.